God bless everybody. Welcome to another episode of Two Whites and a Boot. Back in the kitchen for the first time in 4 months.
Probably 4 months.
Probably.
Yeah.
My name's Joe. I'm here with Little Mike. What'd you spend your money on last week, boys?
Well, we were up north for most of it, so not a whole lot besides groceries. Honestly, and I came home, Thursday or Friday? Since then, I've been grocery shopping, and that was it. I've been good. No Amazon orders came in.
Like a G-note on groceries.
Yeah, a decent amount.
No Amazon orders is the first for you.
No Amazon orders. Actually, no Amazon orders. There might be one coming in now, though. Because I don't know why. I finally started going to the grocery store after like months and months and months of not going.
He makes it maybe, what was that, 5-6 seconds between no Amazon orders coming in to going, you know what?
Yeah.
There is one coming in.
There's just like,
well, I
just
remember.
blacks out on Amazon.
Well, because I'm like, I was getting so much shit from Amazon because I wasn't going to the grocery store. So I was getting like a lot of like grocery items and shit from Amazon. And now I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to Fortino's again. So I'm like buying a lot of the shit from Fortino's. And then I couldn't find something at Fortino's. I'm like, why didn't I think about going to Amazon first? Like I always do. Fucking losing it.
Change.
And you're invested too, which makes it even worse.
Exactly. So then I was like, all right, fuck it. Buying a carob powder off Amazon.
What?
It's like a chocolate substitute.
Carob?
Carob.
Carab.
Yeah, it's like a root that tastes sort of like chocolate.
Tastes sort of like chocolate. What's the other half?
The problem. This is the problem with eating like a fucking whatever. Eating like a chipmunk or whatever you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
You got a reason to do it, but this is my problem. It always has been with these other diets. Okay, that everything you eat is sort of tastes like you want it to, like it's supposed to, like it's a chocolate flavor.
It's the same thing when like fucking vegans want like a burger that's like not meat though.
You're absolutely right.
I hate that
burger flavored.
Yeah, like come up with your own shit. Eat like a leaf or like
100%.
Make it look like a leaf or like some grass.
Just crushing grass.
Just go graze.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. What do you need plates for? Just go outside, lay on the grass.
You got time. You're laid off.
Lunch.
Exactly.
Fuck it. It's good for you, probably.
Grow some wheatgrass.
Next thing you know, you just turn into a cow and get fucked up lips and shit.
Udders.
Fucked up lips.
Yeah. So other than that, that was pretty much all I bought. I think it was like $12 for 2 things of carob powder.
Go great.
What about you? What'd you buy, Miguel? We're doing this early today, so I feel like there's like nice lighting behind us here. Camera looks good.
It is
yeah.
weird.
Oh yeah.
This is for fucking growing up.
Hopefully this is
Personally, I think I'm
clean enough.
After a bender at the cottage, I think it's time to kind of shut that down.
That was a rough week.
I'm going to try to do that
for you
once a year. As opposed to once a week.
Remember when you kidded yourself and were like, I'm not going to drink every day? Yeah. We're going up so early, man.
And I brought a book to read. Just fucking look at
Sapiens.
Crack the beer.
And I like how like everyone else somehow managed to read part of their book, though.
Everyone was reading. It's dead silent at the campfire. I'm just fucking like ADDing it up, just swinging a golf club, like finding sticks.
What is the point of that though? Like I don't bring books camping either. I was in bed early, never hungover, but I don't bring a book.
Yeah, but you listen to a podcast.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah, I was just like fucking finding shit to do like I was a child.
Well, you were too drunk by the time everyone else was reading to actually probably read a sentence in a book.
Everyone was reading. I was just drinking instead. Yeah,
exactly.
So I like that. That being said, I had some really harsh thoughts on Sunday when I was just hanging out. Even Saturday, like when it was just like kind of during the day. Like I did eventually drink on Saturday. You could drink it away at least. Like,
everyone was gone by Saturday at 4.
No,
Saturday or Sunday.
The rest of us were gone. It was only
just you and Kenzie who left.
And Will.
Oh, you left on Saturday.
Yeah, Will and Hope left too. I left Saturday. Yeah,
there was still a bunch of people there. Anyway,
sure. But it just felt like you and Troy.
I bought fucking. This week I bought the regular shit back to normal life, and then last night I bought steel toe boots because mine are folding in half. Everywhere I step, I just get rocks.
Do you get a subsidy for that?
No. If I go, I probably could. I just didn't. If I go to certain places, my union hall, we get like a 15% discount, but I needed them, and I just.
So they don't give you. I get $100 a year to buy steel toes.
If I do through my benefits, I have to get like orthotics.
Yeah.
Oh, you do? I have to do that, and then which I just haven't done. Then I get like $400, which I should fucking do. But
probably.
That's a lot of money.
But at the same time, it's like if I use it, you get it back. Like we get like a health and welfare check or whatever, something like that. I don't
health and wellness.
Health and welfare.
Trendy.
Either way. And then I bought steel toe boots. I just bought some pomade.
Oh yeah, is that new?
Just bought it today. Ran out. I was like, went to go look at it.
Is it in your hair right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is pomade more expensive in real life or Red Dead Redemption 2?
It's probably more expensive in real life because I think in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's like
6
5
cents?
cents.
I don't remember.
And the guy just asks for, hey, man, you going into town? Can you get me some pomade?
What the fuck
It's
is
just
that
some
guy
fucking- You're
deep
just like
pomade
at
for?
camp. I don't know.
Side quest.
And it's like everybody makes fun of him for it, too.
Oh, yeah,
Get
yeah.
Rick his pomade. What a fairy. Just stuff like it's fucking game's hilarious.
Mm.
But yeah, so I just bought that because I was like, fuck, it's been like I was saying to Will earlier, like I haven't put shit in my hair in like 6 months. It's been so long.
It's been so long for me, man.
You don't need it.
I don't even know what would happen
You
if
just
I
got
did
sweat
it
and
right now.
grease.
You just need a
Sweat and
haircut.
grease.
Your hair's out of control.
I know it's a little bit much.
You gonna tame it down? You think?
I don't know. Hope slipped up and was like, "Man, she's like, your hair isn't very long." Or she's like, stumbled on her words. I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I got to grow it out a little bit more."
Yeah, but that's it. That's what I've bought. But yeah, what about you?
I got one Amazon order coming.
Whoa, this is weird. Joey's talking about what he bought in the first 10 minutes. Of
I
the
got-
asked them too.
I got
growing up.
so I picked up. I don't even remember now what I got. I wanted clothespins off Amazon,
Okay.
so I could use the line outside
Yeah, save money.
because I've been using it.
Save
I've been
money.
using it, but sometimes if it gets windy, the clothes blow onto the grass. I gotta wash them again because it's like
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
blow off into the dirt or something, and like
Did you buy a washboard also?
I didn't do that yet.
Going.
I haven't descended.
Bring me over.
True, haven't descended into like 19th century serfdom yet. But
Joey just cuts the fucking cord on the laundry
We come
machine.
back
We're getting
and
there.
Sorry,
churning-
Kenzie.
Churning
Fucking-
butter.
we're getting there.
The dryer's broken.
I almost want to
Gotta
look
make some
up.
butter now.
I almost want to look up the order now. I wanted the clothespins, but it was an add-on item, which
Yeah.
all add-on item means
So
is
long.
you're about to spend $25.
You have to.
That's all it means. You want this thing, it's only $2, but you
Yeah.
can't get it unless you order from a supplier who will deliver it in 6 weeks.
Or you could buy 40 of them.
I bought 20 or 12, I
No,
think. I forget.
packs. You have to buy
Oh.
like 40 packs of them.
So
Then you can
20.
get it
So how
fixed,
much
right?
do you think? Let's play a little over under here. How much do you think 24 wooden spring-loaded honey can do
Was it
clothespins are?
branded?
Fuck,
eh?
that sounds
Yeah.
like a really top quality.
24 of them, 3.5 inches
Honey
long
can
each.
do better than honey can don't.
I hate those
Honey can't.
assholes.
Honey
Oh, they're
can't,
fucking the equal and opposite.
Yeah.
What
I'm
do you
going to
got?
say
Honey can't.
24 of them. How much?
$4.
Mike?
$9.
$3.
Damn it.
Pretty good. So to get that, I had
We
to
both
buy.
lose.
I bought coffee.
Did you have to buy 2 of them though?
Only bought one.
Why did I say
Only about one.
$9?
I had to buy
You
coffee.
can get like 3 2x4s
and then
for that.
coffee wasn't enough, so I also bought a drop cut military men's T-shirt from JD.
Oh, I bought a t-shirt.
Military green T-shirt, yeah, which will be here probably next year. I don't know when.
Oh, you
but
didn't even buy it, not primed it?
can't prime it. It's
Oh, then I'm not buying it.
arrives
Sorry.
July 21st. Which you know what? In the
That's pretty
pandemic,
good.
these guys have been saying this is going to be like delayed all the time, but they usually deliver on time, so
Fuck
whatever.
yeah, they do.
it'll
Yeah,
probably
totally.
be fine. Also, I want to talk a bit about my experience with Bell Mobility over the last week.
Oh yeah, Joey got a
Since we
fucking
got a
nice
platform. So,
bill.
We got a bill or a text, 2 texts back to back
I have a
last.
feeling that those texts were mildly justified though, because the way you use your
So
phone.
here we go. So the texts. Were you around when we got the
I
text?
guarantee I get them every month too.
Which one? The one that says you reached $300 in overages period, and then the one right after that says you reached $500 in overages this period. If you get those every month, we got to talk again about the savings plan
Yeah, no, I don't get those ones.
because
every
that's a
month.
fuck ton. And
I
so
do get you've reached your max, and then it's like $50 over.
yeah, but what happens at $50 usually?
It freezes it, and
That's
then
right.
it says,
That's right.
text me back, go.
You got to go to get
Yeah,
it going
yeah, yeah.
again, or you got to go to the website, right?
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah.
always had to do. And we've done that before, especially the cottage. Like, I want to go on the internet and listen to music, whatever, watch videos.
But you're in bed at 8, so
Podcast.
you got to like podcast for 2-3 hours.
I gotta kill time
Yeah.
for like half an hour before I fall asleep. Unless Nick and Troy pop in, then it's like 45 minutes. So I took screenshots. Okay, so first of all, in the app, it gives you your usage statistics, okay?
Yep.
The usage stats are flat. I haven't used anything above 0.1 gigs, or sorry, 0.01 gigs above my plan, so 10 megabytes. Because when we got the 95% message, we cut off the use.
Is it split between you?
We share it.
Okay.
So first thing I did was go to your sister's phone. I said, maybe Kenzie left something on and it's chewing up data she doesn't realize.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Kenzie did it.
So I went to her phone,
Uh-huh.
nothing there. And you can check on new phones now. I don't know what's like on iPhone, but on Android, you just hold the data thing on the drop down menu.
Yeah.
Shows your usage for the billing
Yeah,
period.
yeah. I have an app that does it.
So mine was about 4 gigs for the billing period. Kenzie's was a little higher at about 6.
Look at that.
Okay.
Fucking bang,
Yeah, Kenzie's was a little higher at about
Hey,
6
they
because
do
she's
that.
been going to work, right? So I've
Yeah,
been at
yeah.
home all day on Wi-Fi. I thought there's no fucking way I've been
Yeah.
chewing through this much data.
Uh-huh.
So I took screenshots or tried to in the app. The app doesn't let you take screenshots.
What? How?
Doesn't
How does
let
that-
you.
what?
You can't
Really?
do it in the
How?
Bell app. It just says screenshots not allowed by this app or organization.
I didn't even know that you could do that.
Me neither.
I thought it was like a phone
Covering
thing.
their footprints.
So right
Wow.
away, there's no screenshots. Grizz right in the shot.
Cool, that's cool.
Right away, there's no screenshots. And so I'm like, okay, Nick,
You
got
could take a picture with
Nick had to take a picture and text to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so he did that. I'm looking at my texts. The reason that triggered it on the Friday night, I got 2 back-to-back messages. Nothing about the $50 overage. The first message I got was 300 over in usage.
Yeah.
Immediately after, 500 over.
Jesus Christ.
And so I freaked out. I'm like, this is not right. I'm not giving these guys I'm already paying them $400 a month for phones, internet, cable. I'm not making it $1,000.
Yeah, fuck. No.
Fucking nuts.
Maybe someone broke in and
paying
was
for
using your
cable
shit.
So I ended
Yeah.
up calling them, or I ended up tweeting them. I sent them a DM on Twitter like, this is nuts. You guys got to fix this. And they texted me back and said, yeah, you know what? Looks like it was sent in error. The first thing I thought when they said it was sent in error was about that Robin Hood kid who killed himself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you would kill yourself, but you would make a rash decision if you didn't have $500.
Fuck yeah.
But did they charge you $500 or was it just
I won't know
a text
until
message?
my next bill comes in, but I got in writing that it was erroneous. So I
Right.
don't care.
But they can't just, they don't have access to your bank account anyway.
If you
But they can cut off my service.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all they can do.
we're not under contract anyway. I would just go get service somewhere else and tell them to eat dirt.
Yeah. I know, like, every
To
time I
put it
pay my Fido bill, they're like,
diplomatically.
want me to save this and just make automatic payments?
Fuck
I'm like,
no.
yeah, fuck no.
Fuck no. I
fucking
want to
way.
review all the usage.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah, I do
texting
that
with
too.
my
Manual.
buddy Al. I sent him because he saw my tweets. That's why I got Bell to send me a message on Twitter. Was I tweeted pictures of Nick's photos on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and Al's like, he's like, it's not a mistake. Like they send those messages out, and
they
they
can
and people probably just pay.
Just hook, line,
Definitely.
and sinker.
They probably just
buddy.
pay. They're like, what? It's my fault. I was at the cottage. They,
Yeah,
and
on
they
a fishing expedition.
and so it turns out those messages were going out in error basically all of Canada Day week. People are away at the cottage using a lot of
really?
data.
Yeah.
Guess I got to pay it.
Can you fucking
Bell
imagine?
isn't making enough money
I know.
on that shit.
And
What's the
even
margin on data already?
even worse for the data on our phones, we had a shared again not
Thanks
under
your fucking yacht gotta be.
not under contract. We had shared 10 gigs of data, okay,
Uh-huh.
for $140 a month or $150 a month. Sorry,
That's a lot.
Way less than that.
we just changed it on the Sunday we got back. I got on the phone with Bell. We changed the plan to 40 gigs of data with no overages
Yeah.
for 65 a piece.
That's so
$130, $10 less.
Fucking,
Dude,
I
I
gotta
was-
do that too.
How is it possible?
I was
I know.
I was paying $106.
You know what I want to know?
Wait, I was paying $106 for 3 gigs. And then I changed it. Now I pay
Can you even post
$85 for 10 gigs.
Can you even post an
and,
Instagram
then,
photo?
and then after that, it's throttled.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Throttling thing is-
unlimited.
that's the deal breaker.
It's awesome.
And so I said
That's
to
so
I-
nice.
I
need
didn't
to
say
get
this
on
to
that.
Kenzie, but I said to myself, I'm like,
That's
I
a
get messages.
deal breaker?
No, that's a deal breaker. Like it's what
Oh, it's
puts it over
awesome.
the top.
It's
what puts
awesome.
it over
Yeah,
the top.
It's
that's
awesome.
fucking
I
mint.
never
So I
run
said-
out. Just fuck it. Go
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Fuck it.
Dude, they were on my phone the whole night watching fucking Disney
Fuck
movies.
yeah,
and
they
shit.
were.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead. I don't care.
The thing
Fuck
that
yeah.
really drives me nuts, like I don't expect Bell to tell me every time I could be doing better on the plan.
No.
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. What I don't get is that Bell literally texts me once a month, it seems like, about watch a free movie on 5.
Yeah.
Check out an HBO package.
Oh yeah.
You can upgrade your phone. Any 2-year renewal gets this much. They'll send you all kinds of shit if it means another penny in their pocket, no
Yeah.
matter what the inconvenience is to you. But as soon as you can save $10, instead of them telling you on their own the $500 error message was a mistake, you got to go through all these steps, you know?
And it's a fucking nightmare
Holy
too. To even
fuck.
get your plan changed over too. Like, and even like switching providers. Like if you have to switch providers, holy fuck! I hope you have all day to spare.
Yeah.
It's gonna take for fucking.
You have to go
ever.
in.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to go in. Like I do not fucking talk to them on the phone.
There's no point.
You got to go in, and then but the thing is, what sucks? Those little boutiques or those little shops are like, oh, we don't do that here. We just sell the phones. I'm like, fuck you, bud.
Yeah.
That's just a deterrent technique.
do,
Talk to
exactly.
me.
Yeah.
Talk, let's
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
You just don't want to talk because you're younger than me and you don't know what to say. And you know I'm coming at you with some
there's
heat
no
'cause I'm
money.
pissed off.
Or there's no money
Yeah.
in them selling you the plan. They want to sell the devices, right? So if you want to switch
Exactly.
providers, it's like to them, the time spent doing that could be spent, while their buddy is dropping Android phones on 20-year-old girls, he's working on you because you want 10 gigs instead of 8 and you're raising your voice, right?
10
Like for-
gigs instead of 8 for less money.
Yeah,
also.
it's not the incentives are
Listen here,
misaligned.
Junior.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
No.
I can't wait until Elon puts up that Skylink thing anyways,
Elon?
so I don't have to fucking deal with any cell phone providers
Elon
anymore. Anymore. I
Elon
fucking
Musk.
had it.
Elon Musk and Michael Obama.
Yeah.
Michael Obama.
I think that's all I fucking spent money on. So there you go.
So you got it fixed though.
I got it fixed.
I got to
Yeah.
do that. It's just
40
such a fucking
gigs.
headache.
And we canceled Crave too. So the Crave gave us a 1 year.
Was that your leverage?
No, it's like $10
I'll
a
fucking
month.
cancel it.
My leverage is always the same. I have all your services. None of them are under contract. I own the phones
Yeah.
to help me with this,
Mhm.
and then they always do. Bell's
Yeah.
been pretty good about that. I have to say, for the shit I give them, like to my friends,
Mhm.
it's been pretty few and far between. And
That's the one provider I haven't been with.
yeah,
Bell.
they've been
Yeah.
pretty good to us.
I've been I was trying. Like I'm trying to learn how to like do the whole bartering and get in there and fucking make your point and get your shit and leave. But
For
like
sure.
I was doing that when I was like I had a new phone. My contract was up. I was like, fuck Rogers. They're kind of ripping me off. Like I was paying $100 for 3 gigs.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then before that, I was on my parents' plan. We were splitting a gig.
Oh my god.
3 phones, 1 gig. It was like
One
my mom would be like,
Spotify
Michael,
account.
why are we going over? I'm
Your
like,
parents
we
are
have
throwing-
a gig of
Your
dad.
parents
Yeah.
are throwing down Scrabble all day and all night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, oh, we're on Wi-Fi. I'm like, Dad is going on ESPN at work, 100%. So
Yeah.
don't give me this bullshit. She's like, I can see where the dad. I'm like, you're lying to me. You can't
Yeah.
see where it goes. But anyway, yeah. Now it's like, so I was like in the middle of it. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Bell, and Bell just it was bullshit. They fucked me. They stalemated me hardcore.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't like both providers were offering me the exact same thing. I
They
was like,
always do that.
can you not like? How did you know? Do you guys like on Bluetooth speaker? Like you talking to each other? Like
He's
oh, this
coming
guy's-
over. He's coming over.
I can tell you. You know, he said he was coming to Bell, so be ready. Give him exact to the,
Yeah.
to the penny.
This is the thing that people talk about. Like, you know, there's obviously like the bread scandal from a few years ago where there's like some price fixing in bread markets.
Yeah,
but
that was jokes.
but this is where the price fixing really exists for most people.
Well, especially
It's in these
Ontario.
packages.
Yeah,
in
it is.
Ontario,
Is in
we
these
got
packages.
fucked.
And so the thing I remember when I bought that iPhone 6, it's the first time I bought a phone outright, and my dad gave me so much shit about the money I spent on that.
It's just a leverage point.
It was like
You got
$1,200
leverage with the ass with that.
I didn't know that when I bought it. I just wanted the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
You
bought the
waited in
phone,
line
and
for that, you
my dad gave me a
fucking
bunch of
idiot.
shit while I was setting it up. And I remember thinking, like, I told him just like spit it out. I'm like, I'll be able to get a better contract now. And I didn't really know. I just
You're
wanted to get
just
him off my back.
justifying
He
it.
goes, "Oh yeah, show me then, smart guy. When you get your contract, you let me know how it goes." And then I got a sick deal. And I was telling him, like, I'll get back the cost of the phone and then some after 14 months because I don't have to pay the phone fee on the plan.
Yeah.
And I was able to get the loyalty package up front. I don't have to wait for my contract to run out and do the retentions line and
Mm-hmm.
fucking bullshit. It's crazy. And the guy, I remember last time we
How
called him.
pissed do you think your dad was about him being wrong on a fluke?
Oh, he's probably
Yeah.
He's probably
He
pretty
doesn't
mad.
know it was a fluke.
He's
though.
probably pretty
Well,
mad.
fuck.
But now he thinks about it too. Like his next phone, he'll probably just buy it.
Well, it's definitely a new thing, right? You never think about that shit.
So you think that like your advice to people is buy your phone outright?
Almost always.
Yeah.
If you have a low interest vehicle, if you don't have the cash, just buy it.
It just seems like
And
so
then-
much to put like what $1,200.
$1,200 is
into a phone?
nothing. $1,200 is nothing. Like I think the new iPhones now are what $1,800.
I would
Even
never.
Jesus.
But the thing
Man,
is,
that's
but the
fucking
okay,
so
but
much.
but the thing is that even at $1,800, I bet you guys you're close to getting all that money back before the end of your term.
Yeah, but I'd rather just have.
Maybe.
I'd rather just take a shittier phone and get more money back. What the fuck is the
You're
new
right.
shit?
Okay, so buy a shittier phone.
Or
probably
would you
just
would you
take
ever
a zero.
buy one like a cracked phone from like a fucking your
No.
buy and sell?
No.
And you can get
No?
you can get the screen replaced.
I buy those phones off the OnePlus website. Those are under $800 when I buy them. And then yeah, but under $800, you're cruising. The thing lasts for 2 or 3 years. Great.
If
thanks.
the only options for phones were like $1,200, $1,800, I would
how old's
buy
that? How old's that
then.
phone?
A couple of years.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Oh, I don't know. I don't need a phone. I'm saying if I was starting from zero, no phone, and the only option was to buy your phone outright and then go to a provider, I would have the shittiest phone.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
never
It's
be
a
like,
phone.
all right, here's $1,200.
And
Like,
the shittiest phone is fucking still dope. Like
Yeah.
you can do everything on it.
Phones,
yeah.
phones are like cars in that respect because they immediately lose, whatever 20%. Like you're not going to be able to sell
As soon
a
as you
phone.
leave the store.
Exactly. You're never going to be able to
Which
sell
is
it for a ticket.
hilarious. Like it's
Yeah.
the same. Oh nope, it's fucking shittier now.
I could never like think about selling my phone.
I wouldn't. No, it just goes in my drawer. Let's be a spare if I need it. Like, I've
Exactly.
used fucking all your spares. Like I've
Yeah.
used all of
Yeah,
them.
that's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you did.
I literally use like every time I lose my phone. Kenzie's like, oh, we got another phone. We'll just give it to you. They don't even let me ask them. They just go, here, I got this phone. I'm like, okay.
I sold the one before that.
So. You need a Mac? Here's a Mac.
Here's
also.
Kenzie.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's what I sitting in the basement. Just take it. You want a fat computer? Yeah,
that's what I spent my money on. I don't recommend anybody. I still don't recommend taking a new phone on a contract.
No.
If you're gonna get a phone on a contract, get an old phone. You're right. That's the move, maybe. But if you got the dough, and especially like for the amount of things I do with that phone, like whether it's this show or whatever other socials and stuff like that for the other podcasts. Confessionals.
How'd those turn out?
I haven't looked at them yet.
Those are
they're in my
fucking
bedroom.
Hilarious.
Yeah, they will be good. But no, I haven't looked at them. I'm gonna probably do them. Actually, your sister's out of the house tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
She needs to be out of the house, eh?
She's already tried to look at them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to put a password on the phone.
Oh, she's not allowed.
I told her. I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, no. She's like, you never tell me any secrets. I'm like, this is unrelated to that. Okay, this is not a secret.
This is a surprise.
Like, also, what's fucking on that video. It's just a bunch of drunk, people.
You were there for half of them anyway.
Yeah,
I think I did like 3 of them. I just snuck in.
You know what I mean?
Said my piece for a minute or two. Like,
good.
True.
Setting some scenarios and coming back later.
So you had a fight lined up.
A fight?
You had a fight lined up for a couple days.
A fight?
With who?
Oh, with Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we handled that.
Yeah,
he kicked my ass.
Wow.
We changed it onto a fucking surfboard balancing contest.
Little different.
Yeah, wasted at the end of the night.
Didn't you fall into the lake when that happened?
Yeah.
So basically, Troy beat you up. That's what you're saying?
He beat me up.
Troy beat you up.
He beat the shit out of me.
Right,
beat you in a fight. Okay, that's fine.
What else you guys want to talk about?
Oh, that's it. Thanks for coming. Tuning in.
I think I had something in the chat about. I don't want to dive deep into this. Maybe it'll give us like a place to start. Ontario removing the academic and applied stream from grade 9 and 10 math.
Oh, that kind of.
I didn't even see that.
I've changed my tone minorly on teachers a little bit because
What was your old tone? Be clear about your old tone first.
Well, it was not very good because I haven't had a good relationship with teachers, and like my point still stands. Like I still disagree with a lot of people, like teachers, like defending teachers and yada yada, because a lot of them aren't. They're not this. They don't want to be teachers. They're just. It's an easy, it's an easy $100K, bunch of money, a bunch of time off, and and those people shouldn't be teachers. I was talking to someone who is like she's going to be a teacher, and she's just like, it pisses her off that there's just flaky people in the industry. And I kind of changed my tone.
It should,
man. That's jokes that you say that because
it was nice.
I was sitting on my front porch yesterday, and a girl that like lives like 2 doors down from me, who we saw like a couple weeks ago. She came and just like sat there and we like chatted for a while. She's a teacher at a private school in Toronto. And so she's not in a union.
Oh yeah.
But she makes more money and she fucking loves that there's not a union.
But she's accountable though, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like a couple of years ago we were teaching and she's like 2 or 3 teachers got fired because they were just like chilling and not progressing anymore.
Maybe that's what my beef is. It's not with teachers, it's with the teachers union. Maybe that's my beef. I think that's probably what it is.
It is with the union.
Because it's like it was like that whole topic kind of was unrealized for me. It was just like it's just like built up over time from my experiences in high school and stuff and middle school and whatever. Yeah, fuck the teachers union straight up. It's protecting the fucking protecting shitty. I don't like the union. I don't like unions at all.
You should
I'm in one. But I see the negatives. It's fucking
trades unions. I don't think are that bad. If only
there's puppy makers.
Okay, but if only because at the end of the day, your work is reviewed by someone who's not in your union, right? Mm-hmm. You got to come in there and get someone else to sign that work. And so if you're consistently producing product that's not eligible for a signature, you can't move on to the next phase of the project. It's going to cost you. Union can't help you with that. Well, eventually you'll stop getting work.
And in my position, the union doesn't really help me at all. Like I reap the benefits. I reap the wages, the benefits itself, and like the the pension, RSP, whatever you want to call it. But like I'm with a company, and if you're slacking off, they'll just lay you off and never call you back, and then you're at the mercy of the list, and the list fucking sucks. You can be off for 10 months of the year. The benefits of being with my companies are you can be steady.
Right? Yeah.
That's what you want, right? So like I just reap the actual benefits of the union. I'm not complacent ever because I don't want to lose this spot.
Well, I don't think it's like really like unions don't really save like. I mean, I'm sure that they do, but I think that people more have beef with like the older people on their way out, kind of coasting their way out of a job into retirement. Mm-hmm. When you're like 50 to like 55 for like the last few years of your life, kind of coasting on the union, you know. Mm-hmm. And the union's not going to be like, "Yo, man, like you're out of here now.
No, they can't.
When you're fucking 5 years from
You're
retirement.
30 years deep.
Yeah, exactly.
Union,
Your hard brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unions. Don't forget, like as far as misaligned incentives go, like those guys who are in positions of power to talk to employers about problem staff, those guys rely on votes from their membership, and so it looks bad if you oust a guy who's at the end of his career just because he's coasted or is working at 60% clip. Because those guys, if they lose those positions of power, especially in a union that's trades, I would guess like the higher up you go in the trades union, the more perks and money you probably you're probably making quite a bit of money, right?
Jesus,
So it's really
figures.
like
Easy.
really you're driven to make sure that you're protecting as many people as you can.
Yeah.
And that's always going to catch more underachievers and
Definitely catch
overachievers,
22,
right?
man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fucking
for sure.
true. I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
That's
so you're always in that. You're always like erring on the side of the worst among you.
Unions can be
worst among you
dangerous.
is
I think
strong,
unions
but
can be dangerous.
They
Like,
are.
If you for like an ambitious person, they can be really discouraging. I guess like there's benefits. Obviously, there's like unions are better for like everything, like wages. Like they're better for the worker.
Safety and wages really the first principal purposes of unions, right? Workers unions, labor unions.
For sure.
And it's just like it's imploding because I don't know how much I don't really see the like why if you were just say in trades just because it's all I really know is that you're hiring a contractor. Why the fuck would you hire a union?
Why would you?
Why would you? You have to. It's so much more expensive. You
But
can just
I-
hire non-union.
But the whole thing is like you hire a union because only
guaranteed.
qualified people
Right.
are coming into the union, so
It's
the union
not
is hopefully vetting people.
That's
for
the
you,
hope.
You know?
That's the hope.
Yeah,
the
that's
problem.
the
The
whole
problem
thing.
is again misaligned incentives. The union wants membership dues, and so
Yeah,
naturally
absolutely.
the bar to admission is low or as low as legally possible,
Mm,
Yeah,
and that's how you wind up with what did you call them?
puppy maker.
yeah. But the unions, that's funny because they didn't start like that, right? They started like in like the steel age when like Andrew Carnegie and shit was like working people to the bone. There was 7 12-hour
It
shifts.
was like a rebellion.
and they were like you legit work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for like shitty money.
That's right.
So people were
$60 a
like,
week, 7 shillings.
yeah. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna like form like a union, and there was huge pullback. There was like battles, like
Major
legit
strikes and shit.
battles,
Yeah.
like not even strikes, but like gunshots, and
Yeah, oh,
bombs
yeah.
and shit.
I mean,
Where-
everyone knows about Jimmy Hoffa. What do you think his crime against the man was? The guy was a Teamster. Union guy.
Oh yeah,
That's that used to get you killed.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
being a scab in the 20s was like
Even now,
you're
look
getting
at
fucked up if
You-
you're a
Fuck
scab.
yeah.
Like,
You wanna,
they're like
Sure.
fucking Molotov cocktail.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
exactly.
look how
It's
strong
fucking
look how
crazy.
strong unions are now. Like anytime Walmart hears someone whisper union in a washroom, they close the store. It's like
Yeah.
they just shut it
The
down.
brown
They're like,
recluse
fuck
spider.
it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recluse spider. Yeah.
Shut it
Shut
down.
it down. They don't care.
That's fucked.
I
Union
personally
is
like
fucked.
this move by the province taking away the academic and applied math streams in grade
Hmm.
9 and 10. To me, it has never made sense to me that they make kids choose basically what they're going to be for the rest of their life when
Wait,
they're 13.
so explain because I didn't look at it.
Academic
obviously.
and applied math is not going to be
It's
around
just gonna be one
anymore.
thing.
One stream.
Good, yeah.
and then
it
in
should be-
grade,
it should
grade
be.
11 and 12, you split into 3 now. You split into STEM, university, and the rest.
STEM is just like
I
your
thought
like
STEM-
the lowest
STEM is this guy.
yeah.
is what
Science, technology,
Oh, right.
Engineering and
Math.
math.
And
Yeah,
math.
yeah.
right.
But like, well, so which one's higher?
STEM is the highest of the 3.
And then university,
Then university, and then
applied.
what they
Is
would
STEM
call applied,
is STEM
yeah.
like advanced functions and calculus and all that shit. I would imagine.
I guess, yeah.
because
Think about STEM was like, what did they call it? I don't know what they call it when you guys were there, but it used to be called discrete, I think, was the highest one in grade 12.
We
And then
only had-
algebra was under that, and then you had stats under that. And then that
stats
was
is
those
like
were the 3
business math. No,
those were the
We
3
had-
academic choices, and then it went to applied
yeah,
after that, and there was
We
like
had-
applied stats and
yeah. I think stats was. We had calculus, advanced functions,
calc. That's what it was.
Calc-
calc,
is
advanced functions,
fucking-
and then the data management. Was
Advanced is
business, right?
Data, yeah, like that's the one that I didn't take. That was
Yeah.
like the easier math.
yeah.
Man, like I remember, like I took applied math all the way through. That's what they recommended I take. You're going to college, and then I went to college, and
Yeah.
I was like dumbfounded. I get there, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, it was way harder.
It was like complete. It was like 2. I was in high school. I was like level 2. College was like advanced functions. It was fucked.
Oh,
so
yeah,
so
yeah.
help me with something. Clear something up for me. we never had levels in high school.
No, like I was just putting like level like easy, like if you like easy, medium, hard, and expert. I would like applied math was a joke.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I suck at math and I could crush it. I just skipped all the time.
Right.
So I just like I can coast and get a 60.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to college. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is math. It's all letters.
This is
Like,
another
this
thing.
isn't even making sense. Let's rearrange equations. I'm like, I don't even know what FOIL
So, like,
is.
grade 12 applied math, because I never took that. It was like, was it just like one stream? It was like just grade 12 math? Like, it didn't have a name, did it?
It was just grade 12 applied math or college math. They called it.
Okay, so yeah.
I don't remember what they called it when I was there.
There was academic and applied, and then when you got to grade 11 and 12, it was university and college, and then they had locally developed. Which is like you don't want to tell people.
If you're in
That's
locally
like,
developed,
1 plus
I
1.
didn't even know anyone who locally developed.
Me
No,
neither.
like they were, like they're just
I know-
slow people, right? That are,
Yeah.
like it's really like.
they used to call that lifestyle.
I knew a
think.
couple kids
Yeah,
in
yeah.
locally
Or
developed.
life
I
skills.
knew them. I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
True.
Like they were kids making bad decisions. Like they were just
Yeah.
kids who had no, like their frontal lobe was really underdeveloped. Like
Couple of
it was,
It
short-
was locally
Yeah.
developed.
locally developed.
It was locally
It was
developed.
locally
Yeah.
developed.
The other thing I don't understand.
Like, I'm not
about-
trying to diss anybody, but like, yeah, you can tell these people were not destined for too much.
There's always going to be, and like as the population grows, you're going to have more and more kids like that who just need some baseline for like a life that they can sustain.
Yeah,
right?
you need to go put them in a factory.
I would have
and-
liked to.
But you might bloom late. Like I didn't have I didn't have good grades until I was like midway through grade 11. Like I basically bombed out the first 2 years. Is there even factories running anymore?
to park them in a factory. Yeah, like yeah, they're a valuable people.
You're a
Go
valuable
park them in a
labor.
factory.
You're
Yeah.
good labor. Go fucking work.
I would love to,
12
like,
hours a day if you want it.
Sit in like one of those locally developed classes. Like, what did they teach? Because like, is that where you go to actually get life skills, or is that just like really stupid math?
Oh, you get life skills, but it's not from the class. It's from the classmates.
True.
You learn some shit. These people are not like these are not the fucking guys you want to be hanging out with.
You know how many
though.
grams are in an ounce?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. They
What
know
about-
that shit very well.
What about teachers who teach the life skills classes? They're still making 100K. You think that's fair? Instead of-
True.
Yeah. Fuck. I think
100K?
Yes, I think that's fair.
Dude?
They got to deal with these fucking crazy kids.
Yeah, those fuck ups. Yeah.
Could you pay someone to deal with those kids? I mean, how much teaching are those people doing?
They're trying to teach them. Like that's
That's
the one
the
thing.
hope.
Like this is where my opinion is differing. Like yes, there is different. I do think certain teachers are more valuable than others. I don't think it should be. What's the word? Like I guess diplomatic in pay. Is that a good? You know what I mean?
like communistic.
Like you want, the,
I
like you're like,
I
like
don't
you don't
think
think,
it should be.
like you don't think
Yeah,
it should
but-
be equality of outcome as far as paychecks go.
Yeah, but there is a term for it. It's like
equality, isn't it?
Or,
yeah, but there's a term when it comes to pays, like how people are paid. It's not. No, different people are worth more. Like at my old job,
meritocracy.
is that what it is? Yeah,
if you-
I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So like, not everybody makes the same, even though you're doing the same job, working towards the same end.
Yeah.
I do think teaching should be like that. Like certain teachers should make more. Like a
Yeah.
fucking guy who's teaching calculus
Mhm.
should be making more than the fucking gym teacher.
I wonder if they do.
Hands down.
I think so too.
Do you think that they are though?
No.
I think it
I
all
don't
depends
think
on
so.
seniority. To be
Uni,
honest.
yeah, but that's
yeah.
yeah, but that's not fair.
No,
I don't want it to depend on seniority. We talked a bit about like AQ courses recently on this show about how basically if you're a teacher, your salary's in your hands. If you're willing to give up 8 weeks in your summer, you get a 3% bump the next year.
Mhm.
That's more or less how it goes,
Yeah.
But
or whatever percentage. I made up 3%, but it's probably in that neighborhood.
But like, yeah, like, and like I was like, if you're like, honestly, my favorite teacher I've ever had was coincidentally my gym teacher. He taught me the most like life lessons I still use to this day.
Mhm.
But like he's like, you're a babysitter, bro. Like you're just
Yeah.
watching kids. Like go play sports. Fuck it.
Is there a locally developed gym?
I fucking
No
doubt it.
fucking
They just,
way.
those are like you take those kids, you put them all. They just go together.
They
They
have-
conglomerate. They
they
just
have-
travel throughout classrooms
Yeah, they have
together.
a pen. We put them in.
Yeah, like those, there were those kids, man. The fucking when you go to public school,
bordering on editing. You need to
when
be
you're in
done
like
there.
when you're on like the lower end, man, when you're in like
These
lower,
kids.
like we were in a pretty low end public school. Like there was
Yeah.
not much opportunity there.
No,
There was a
only
lot
like
of
600
intelligent people. Yeah, even less than that. There was a lot of
Yeah.
intelligent people that actually got out surprisingly, but
Yeah, there was like
like a
there's
lot.
there's like a bunch of doctors from my year.
Yeah,
now,
I
that are like
bet.
already doctors.
Which is
Really?
crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It makes it's like statistically that shouldn't have happened,
No, fuck
but it
no.
did happen. It was like
Do you think that it's a point, like not a point of, but like a product of where you guys are from? Like Dundas is a pretty high income area.
Well, I think that you get like the good at the bad, especially at like that age in Dundas. There were still people like we definitely said on the show before. It's a community where like you could afford a house working in a factory if your wife was like a secretary,
Yeah.
like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And then you just kept on to that house and you had kids and then your kids went to the public school.
So, okay.
There's also houses that 2 doctors would buy.
Yeah.
That same house if you sold it.
What's more valuable, you think? It's another thing we've talked about in this show is the value of like family and upbringing. If you're able to maintain generational wealth through 3 generations, chances are you got a strong family unit.
Or you only have 1 kid.
Either way, it's worth something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can maintain that, you know something about development, something about like long time horizons, shit like that, right? You didn't blow it the first time you got it.
Right. How hard would that be not to do that?
If you didn't know any better,
Yeah.
it'd probably be really hard.
I know.
I would guess it'd be really fucking hard.
For sure.
So I don't know what's more valuable. Like, cause you're right. Dundas has a little bit of both, right? And I think Dundas has like an industrial park, sort of, right? That's got some lower income. I say lower income, but
There's like a fat
probably not.
unit down there. That
Is there?
townhouse? What is that called? Subsidized housing? Is that what that is?
Down.
City-owned housing.
By the armpit of Dundas?
Yeah. Like it's just like there's some fucking. You can be broke and whatever and live here for sure, but
Yeah.
it's mostly fucking. Especially lately, it's like really like, it's came up like on a massive
Oh, fuck
uprising. Like out of nowhere,
Dundas
just boom,
has,
Dundas
yeah.
is worth tons of money now. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And all of our parents were just safely in the pocket.
Exactly.
Like they were just like middle class.
Well, they're riding the wave.
Fucking right.
Hot
And that's-
take. Do you know what my hottest take is on Dundas? Never before shared. The only thing that keeps Dundas the way it is that there's not a ton of HSR access. If they opened
Buses?
if they opened up bus routes to Dundas, it would destroy that area. Destroy it.
What do you mean?
Because all kinds of people will be coming through there who now cannot.
The
they just
Hamilton,
can't
like, the
get
Hamilton
there right
kids.
now.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Hamilton
you
kids.
mean like? So you think it would bring it down? Yeah.
Hate to say it, but yeah,
There'd be like a lot
I
more
would assume.
loitering
Yeah.
and shit
Yeah.
like that. Just a new area I could
Just
hang out in.
think a bit about where the most bus access is in the city.
Middleton.
Well, yeah, downtown by
And-
Jackson
Right on
Square.
Jackson Square, disaster.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Is it?
Lime Ridge Mall, disaster.
Yeah.
Tons of crime there,
Yeah, me and
tons
Mike
of
saw a fight
problems.
there once.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like tons of problems there. You name it, right? Pick your amenity or pick your junction or hub for public
Mhm.
transit. You can have problems there. The more access you have for stuff like buses, the more you're going to bring people who are going to cause problems for those communities. I think
It's a
that might
weird
be
correlation.
politically
Yeah.
incorrect to say, but it's fair. I bet you could draw a pretty good
fairly
line.
honest.
Bet you could draw a
Maybe.
pretty good line.
Yeah, probably, 'cause I guess,
politically
like-
correct and honest is pretty much the same thing.
less. Yeah.
It's unfortunately.
less likely that someone from like the east end of Hamilton is going to get a job in Dundas
Gonna be tough.
and be able to
Yeah.
bus in and bus out every
Now
day.
the other side of
way
that
it goes.
coin is that you're disadvantaging people from those communities because like you just said, there's if you got a class full of doctors, maybe the East End's got a class full of what did you call them, factory parked kids, but they got one doctor quality kid over there
Uh-huh.
who can't bust through.
Right.
Right. And so that's the other side of the coin. I don't have an answer for this, obviously, but it's an interesting conversation. I think Dundas is going to have it pretty soon. I think we talked about buying a house in Brantford. Brantford's going to be on the other end of that, the receiving end of that, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot more intermingling of what used to be like, a divided class of people in a big city or like in a region like Southwest Ontario. You got basically the Golden Horseshoe plus Niagara Falls. I don't know. You can go basically
Southeast Ontario.
Southeast. Yeah, sorry,
It's
Southeast
a lot more
Ontario.
entertaining when you go down there.
Yeah.
It's like
For
I don't
sure,
like.
for
I'm
sure.
okay with it, but like I also don't have a family or anything to like worry about. If I had
Exactly.
a family and it got shitty, I'd be like, "Hey, we got to get out of this fucking place." But it's
like,
like
I'm thinking who is fighting to get more bus routes in Dundas? Like, why would the city of Hamilton want to like pollute a part of it that's like very nice, and why would Hamilton itself or Dundas itself want those people in?
This is a dirty
bottom
secret.
line.
But why would it?
Well, this
if
is-
home
money.
properties go down. That's
Big-
way less
oh,
property.
Big
tax.
time. That's the dirty secret is that Hamilton says they want to be inclusive, but really they don't. That's why
Yeah.
you don't see buses running up through Ancaster. You
Yeah.
don't see buses running through Dundas. You don't see
Exactly.
buses running through Locke Street all day and all night. It's
Yeah.
one route, right? Locke
Yeah.
Street's fucking packed, man.
Yeah, Log Street's fucking nice now.
Yeah, it is
Locke-
nice,
Locke Street's
but it
awesome.
wasn't. But it
Yeah.
wasn't nice 5 years ago. Nah, it was nice 5 years
was
ago.
okay.
Maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah,
it
remember
wasn't
those-
too nice.
Fuck
remember
no.
that shit that happened on Locke Street? Like, so for people that don't know, Locke Street's just like basically right now it's just like small businesses. It's like restaurants, little
Boutiques.
fucking
It's all
boutiques.
boutiques.
Yeah,
it's like cool, like
it's-
hipster.
Yeah, it's a
trendy.
nice street to go walk down and
Very.
check out. But so like, what was it? Those fucking
I forget what they were called.
the unfavorables or something stupid.
yeah,
like that.
the Untouchables or
no,
something.
it was the unmentionables.
So something
really should have been the unhireable.
Yeah, look it up. So these guys are basically fucking V for Vendetta guys. Like they're just like causing some sort of fucking ruckus. They're like, we're gonna bring like they're just like what is the word? Anti something.
They're anarchists.
Anarchists, I guess.
That's what
like
they label themselves as.
But they're fucking idiots. They're like, yeah, we're gonna bring down corporations. Like, so why are you attacking fucking small businesses?
I'm looking up the
like you guys are so just you just completely contradicted your main point.
The ungovernables.
Ungovernables. That's
the worst name.
And all you guys did was throw like 5 bricks through windows and then ran away.
And why? Like people that are just like trying to make it, like just have their own little small bit. You just fuck them up. Like why? That's like contradictory out the ass. Just fucked your whole message up. You're an idiot. Go fuck up a McDonald's, you moron.
I know, but I think that they're. Well, I don't actually know what their whole thing was, but it seems like I have friends that live in Hamilton that are like, fuck these new stores that are coming in because like. It's so fucking expensive to get a beer now and all that shit. And
because I gotta pay rent.
This is what you fucking wanted.
You idiot.
This is what you wanted. When you buy in a place like Hamilton, in an area that you think is going to take off, it's going to take off. And you're going to be living there. And naturally, that costs more money. Like, this is not...
Well, I have friends that rent in Hamilton, and they're like, oh, like, you can't even go get, like, a $2 beer anywhere or a $3 beer. It's like... Yeah, but like I'd rather have the nicer shit and then the things that come along with the nicer shit also.
Where do you get a $2 beer anyway?
You can't.
You can't.
Nowhere.
No.
Not anymore.
Nowhere.
But like they want more dive bars and like shit like that. I'm like,
it's not good.
More holes.
Yeah. Why do you want
like,
that?
I don't want to hang out with like I don't like they're scummy.
Exactly.
Let's get some bars where we can smoke inside. Dude. Bring that back at some places.
Man,
that's our gimmick. You can smoke
so
in
let's do a little over under here. 101 Lock Street South, Hamilton, Ontario. Condominium, 2-bed, 2 baths, 900 square feet. So about 25% less than this top floor square footage.
Yeah.
2 bedrooms, 2 baths. So basically, if you leave a bedroom, you're walking into either a bathroom or another bedroom. There's no space to walk. Your TV has to be in the washroom.
How many kitchens?
Yeah, that's without the kitchen too. Total
Kitchen's
disaster.
in the bedroom too.
Total disaster.
Yeah.
Kitchen, TV, bathroom.
It's a condo.
Take a shit, have some food, and have a bath, and watch
What
your
else?
favorite.
What else do they have?
Watch Seinfeld. Good sitcoms in there.
It doesn't really say much else, but that's okay. So that's the
What's the rent?
It's the new ones, right?
What's it cost
The rent or to buy?
to buy?
Holy fuck!
They're new condos,
Can you
right?
give
The
us
new
like
ones?
Can you give us a range? Because
I think
To buy,
600K.
Mike.
Holy fuck! I kind of wanted to say that too. 7,
8.
Haven't won in a while.
That's
800.
And don't forget, right? That's ticket. So chances are it actually goes for like 820 or something.
Yeah. I thought that as soon as I said 6, I was like, it's probably less.
It is low. So that's low. $3,000 a month to rent there for a mortgage
in Hamilton.
So here's the other question, right?
3 Gs. What the fuck?
We talked about the $2 beers thing. Like people who rent,
at the table. Jesus.
Listen, save this for the Patreon feed. The thing about the people who say they want dive bars and cheap beers, like those guys have to pay higher property taxes too, and so they cannot sell you Coors Light anymore. They have to start buying Steam Whistle and selling it to you for $8 a pint.
Yeah,
in a frosted glass. Right?
Oh, trust me, man. You're preaching to the choir. I'm like, yeah, these people have to pay their rent too. Like, trust you, if they wanted to sell you like a $2 beer. I mean, if they could make money doing it, they'd do it. Exactly.
What do you think? These guys want you to leave? They want you to buy booze, man.
It's not their fault, you know. It's like just the way that the real estate market works.
We when we bought this house, we somewhat infamously got into a pretty good argument on the 403 then with Kenzie crying because she didn't want to go look at a house near the new Iverwin Stadium, and I wanted to live down there.
In Tim Hortons Field.
Sorry, whatever.
Seriously,
and I wanted to live down there.
Yeah,
and the places. So I went to look at a couple of those places on my lunch, and those places were really nice, redone.
Yeah, but the area is pretty shit.
It was really shit.
It's pretty shit.
Really shit.
Like,
and it's just like it's almost like
porch dwelling there.
But like this place cost $370 or $360 something like that when we bought it. And those places down there were more house than this in terms of like everything brand new, all wood, exposed brick, everything. 210, 220,
yeah,
230.
That's like probably that might be one of the worst areas.
But you just couldn't I couldn't even convince myself to convince Kenzie to think about it. Right?
Yeah,
I wanted to go look. She didn't want to look, so I went on my own, and I was like, this is just not. You can't even like you can't even like walk to the mailbox confidently in the
Fuck
dark.
no. Imagine
you know?
like leaving
Fuck.
your car on the street.
You just
ever.
can't. You
Yeah,
can't
you
do
couldn't.
it. And so like, what's that worth? I don't know what that costs, but I think it costs like
you can't really put a price on like
safety,
peace of mind.
Yeah, peace of mind's a better way to put it. Exactly.
Like, like that's the thing. Like I said, like I'm okay with a little bit of it, but like I mean, living down there, it's like like a lot of people do it, and I understand why they stay doing it because it's like you get down, you can go down some pretty shitty paths and make some pretty bad choices because you're like the like amount of bad choices you can potentially make down there.
Yeah.
So like you're only eventually going to make bad choices because they're always there. Like you can only make so many right decisions in a row. You're gonna fuck up eventually.
Right.
Mhm.
Down there, though, the odds just go way up. Because
Yeah.
there's so many bad choices to make. There's a lot of fucking dumb people down there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, there is.
What do you
Bad
think?
shit.
What do you think about? So one thing I thought about the other night on Canada Day was this neighborhood's like the membrane that this neighborhood is yet to pierce in terms of like quality of life based on the
This-
housing price.
this
This
one?
neighborhood, the quality of life that it's yet to breach is. I still get people the day after Canada Day or the weekend of Canada Day shooting off fireworks at 11 p.m.
After the Canada Day.
It's not nice enough that there's not any idiots shooting off fireworks. I
Right,
think that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah.
membrane for me to break through.
Not that bad.
Fair.
You know, but this is where I am, right? So
You're
like
in the
everything's pretty good,
suburbs.
but
Yeah.
then still a couple idiots at 11:30 shooting off fireworks.
yeah.
I'm still there.
Could be far worse.
I got to get to like
Yeah.
the $500,000 range on the house, and then I won't have to deal with fireworks anymore.
But like, yeah, ever when you're like, oh, those fireworks are those gunshots we don't even know.
That's
You
the
know?
membrane.
Yeah, like
that's the membrane.
yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 below this. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
It's
some
a tough
fucking
one there.
and that's the thing you don't want to fucking deal with. But like, I mean, there is like, this is gonna sound fucked, but like, there is a lot of value into living in a place like that. You learn a lot of shit
Sure.
Yeah.
down there. You learn how to be really like different angle smart, like street smart. You learn some really fucking like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like you learn
Yeah.
some really really good shit you can't teach unless you live that shit.
What
Like,
lessons
those are-
have you guys learned in Dundas that you couldn't learn in Hamilton? I mean, Dundas is Hamilton, but
Dundas
for the
is-
sake
You
of this
couldn't
discussion,
learn in Hamilton?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dundas wasn't. It was more. I would say not really Dundas. Like Dundas isn't really the place. Like I mean, I guess like depending. Like a Cactus Fest and Busker Fest, you can learn some shit. I guess.
I like
late
those,
night- yeah, but like you
those
didn't
days
do it
good.
like we do. You guys go down during the day and go to the shirt, like look at shirts and get an ice cream cone and go
Cool.
home.
Yeah.
isn't that all it is?
Late night when shit goes down, it's like okay.
Yeah, tons of fucking fights and stuff like that.
Yeah, we used
But,
to go
like,
down to like McDonald's like on Friday night, 10 p.m. It was
doesn't sound
fucking
very good.
packed.
That doesn't sound
Packed
very good
like
at all.
fucking at least 100 kids.
Yeah.
Littering like the McDonald's drive-through, and then there'd just be like 4 fights. You just go around, check out what's going on over here. Some guy be like, "Hey, what the fuck?" Just throw a hamburger into a pile of kids and shit.
Yeah.
Just start going down. But holy fuck, this is crazy.
That kid was just dropping the N-bomb and just like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the white
fight any
kid.
black guys around here.
fucking Big Al or whatever the fuck. He's just like a blatant racist guy.
Yeah, he's just
We're
And he
gonna
got fucking
keep-
stabbed that
Keep
night.
talking.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another over under here.
Yeah,
Speaking
fuck
of
with that shit. Like, and then that's the thing. Like, I would say like I learned a lot of like I guess like my limited street knowledge that I have, which is apparently a decent amount according to a kid who's just been sheltered as fuck
Mhm.
from Parkside, just hanging out with
Yeah,
fucking
Parkside.
stoners and drug dealers and whatever. For some reason, I was just gravitated towards them because
Well, it's
they were,
hard
like,
not to.
They're the realest people.
Yeah.
You can just hang out with fake people. I don't like that. It's
They're also
annoying.
a dime a dozen at Parside. There's so
Yeah,
many.
I know. Remember my first day? He's like, "Yo, are you Mike Homulus?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's just like, "Yeah, you should buy mad drugs off me." I'm like sitting there
Yeah.
with like my fucking hair is like my long
The bowl
shitty
cut.
bowl cut. I'm
Yeah.
wearing a polo, like American Eagle striped polo and khaki shorts. I'm like,
Okay, man.
okay, I'm just gonna go to class.
Well, I remember when I was in grade 9, my first 420 there, a kid was in grade 12. He goes, "Yeah, Will." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah. Come here. Happy 420, man." Gives me a gram of weed. I was like, "Cool,
I
man.
don't know what
Thanks
to
a
do
lot."
with this. What do I
Yeah.
do with this? What is this? Eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just learn some shit just by hanging out with like I guess you can call them shady people. I don't
Yeah.
know. They're just kids doing shit that
But
you kind of wanted to do.
yeah.
But we just didn't do it. 'Cause
But like
we're
our
fucking
parents were
pussies.
like,
Not
not
yet.
gonna let us
Not
do
yet.
that. You know.
We're gonna start selling drugs now.
But I remember like walking home, like this is only like, maybe
New
a
podcast
year
idea.
ago, 2 years ago, walking home from somewhere like blackout drunk at like 3-4 in the morning, and I was like didn't have headphones, so I was like listening to music out loud on my phone, and like walked by like a group of kids like behind the Collins, and they're like, "Hey," and I look over like, "Yo, that song is sick, man."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yep, Dundas, cool."
Yeah.
Can I carry on if I walk?
Hamilton, you'd be like, "Hey, give me that fucking phone."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck! Now I'm in this situation. Now I
You
have to
gotta
think
run.
a lot. Yeah, run.
Yeah.
Or deal with this.
That's
the whole thing. It's like it'd just be such a fucking hassle.
The biggest
living
hassle,
in that difference of an area. Like, oh fuck, and I have to deal with it.
Would you agree that the biggest hassle walking home in Dundas is the skunks?
Which is not bad, eh?
Not bad at all.
I'll take that every fucking day. They're fucking like, hey man, all right, you just stay there.
Pretty easy to deal with that, yeah.
If they get you though.
It's a skunk where you go to Dundas or Hamilton, it's like a crackhead.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You guys were talking about
20 miles down the road. It's like way different. It's
20 miles. It's like probably fucking 5 kilometers from where you
to
guys
the west
are.
end. West end's not so bad.
We're by Emerson Pub there.
That's an axe students.
Couple of sus characters that way.
Yeah, but those guys are fucking just like. There's a couple of them. They're not.
I still feel way more comfortable walking.
Yeah,
there.
I don't have a
Yeah,
problem
me too.
walking up there.
Me too.
You go more like around Jackson Square is where it starts to kind of shift.
Yeah,
Like the sun kind of doesn't shine as much over
Fuck
there.
no,
Like
that's
kind
right.
of things like that, right?
You guys were talking about Cactus Fest before.
yes, sir.
Let's round back to the cost of gentrification and what do you think has happened to the prices of some of these Cactus Fest related things for a vendor food truck one day at the Dundas Cactus Fest. What year is this from? This is from 2019. One day for a food truck in Dundas Cactus Fest. I'm guessing on King. I'm guessing it's on King.
Yeah.
No guarantee that you're going to get the spot you want, and also no guarantee that
you're just putting it in like to pull it out of
Like
the
a
hat where you
raffle?
get.
basically it sounds like that. Yeah, and you have to pay.
Wow.
You have to pay certified check or cash, and it's got to be in the month before.
For one day?
One day. How much?
Wow, one day.
$5,000.
I would say 1,500.
It's $850,
Oh, fucking
Okay.
way
which is not
off.
bad. Which is not
I thought it
bad.
was tons.
So how is it
Still-
possible? I think that's low. I think that's
You
low.
think that's low?
Yeah, I think they could be charging a lot more to go to that. There's
They can make a lot
there's
of
got to
profit.
be
But,
20,000 people coming through there.
Yeah, but only honestly, there's only probably like a block or two of like prime time spots. Like
Once
if
you get past
spot-
the Winchester
Four
Arms,
bands.
That's what I'm saying, if you get up by like fucking Norm's Variety and shit up there, you're not fucking making.
I don't even
you're
know
not
where
making
that
that
is.
money back.
It's like
Norm's Variety.
Norma's. It's not.
Oh,
it's
it's
a
the
laundromat
laundromat
now.
They couldn't even make it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, no, it'd be like there's like that's where they do like the I don't know. They up there it's fuck all. Like you get
Standard
nothing. They got
space.
that fucking the one guy who's got it made is the guy the hot dog vendor at that mechanic shop that's just always there anyway.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
also
And he
they
cleans
don't
up.
they don't pay for your power in there.
What?
And
Oh, you have to bring a generator.
bring a generator, so that costs probably a ton of money too.
Fuck, you're running gas all day.
What does it
weekend.
cost if
Yeah,
you're
weekend.
what do you cost if you're a non-food vendor? How much is that?
So if you're like a carny,
Artist. I think they would prefer to be called artists.
well, carnies are there too. They're
It's
fucking
a 10 by 10,
Yeah.
10 by 10 area, so not huge. Like
So like,
smaller than this room, smaller than this like table area, right?
Yeah,
How much?
I don't know, $500.
Fuck, I guess 850 is the bar. Is that lower than the other one?
Non-food. This one is. I'm not telling you anything else.
Got to be fine 450.
680
Yeah, that's still a lot.
to sell the fucking
Your necklaces and shit.
like your puka shell.
Yeah, that's so much.
It's a lot of money.
Man, that's a lot of
Puka
fucking
shell.
puka shell necklaces you
It's
have
a
to
lot
sell
of
to
money.
make that back.
It's a lot of money. Like even a place like the museum, we got those shirts last year. Or whatever, I got shirts for Kenzie.
Mm-hmm.
That shirt was like $30.
Yeah.
How many $30 shirts do you have to sell to make up for the time you're putting in to get there,
Exactly.
the time to set up, time to take down, power if you need it, plus that cost?
You gotta sell like 25 to break even,
at least
and a
At
day.
least. Yeah,
And then on top of that, you have to pay whoever is there or like yourself.
or your own time. Yeah.
Holy fuck!
What a
that's a
fucking rip-off.
fucking grind.
But
Eh?
like those guys, they make a bunch of money, man.
So the other question I have then is
You're slinging a
how.
ride or you're
I mean,
slinging
I haven't
a
been.
game.
Yeah.
I haven't been around the Dundas thing from. I think me and Ken's been together for like 7 years. But you guys and your parents tell me all the time that most of that King Street strip has stayed the same.
Yeah.
For 20. How's that possible?
At the stores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
it possible that they stayed the same? What is it about Dundas that
I don't think it's a raffle, man. Because honestly, it's a lot of. It's always the same store. Maybe they pay extra for like a strip.
It says you can't, but it says also you can request. So probably they have like some
Yeah.
preferred vendors.
Request.
For sure.
Yeah.
Here's
grease,
an envelope
grease
with
my
my
palms.
request.
Yeah, grease
Yeah,
my
yeah.
palms a bit.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like that ships and anchors game.
Like everything else.
Same place.
Like everything
Yeah.
else, right? That's how the world works.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
you can do whatever
Grease
you
a few
want.
For sure.
palms.
So what
Palms,
is it
I
about
got
Dundas
grease.
that makes it immune to?
Are you saying storefronts though now, or are you saying
I'm saying the
as
vendors.
Cactus Fest? Oh,
No,
the vendors.
The vendors, not the vendors, the storefronts, like the King Street
'Cause they
storefronts.
must make enough
have been more or
money.
less the same. Like I like we joke about Piconis, but that place even selling, expensive cheeses and dairy or whatever they sell.
Yeah.
They ain't going anywhere.
That place cleans up, man.
They ain't going
My
anywhere.
grandma will go there so much to buy fucking stupid little shit that you could probably buy for way cheaper at Metro.
How's
She
it?
just goes
So
there.
is it like, this is the other thing I think, like Dundas has like some kind of exceptional culture where people are willing to part with their money for the sake of supporting Dundas.
Definitely.
It's like a defensive mechanism against the rest of the city.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
they also
yeah,
they
seems
also,
like that.
They also want to be like a lot of people for sure. I'm sure like a lot of older people they want to be like, oh, I go to Peconi's. That's what I do.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
status play.
Maybe I
It
would
is
say
now. Like I would say now it is a little bit, but I don't know if like for older people, but like for people our age, you'll see people our age be like charcuterie board and they like tag like at Cumbres and like
Yeah.
at Mickey McGuire cheese. So it's like, oh, you spent money on this
Yeah.
charcuterie board.
What?
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking right.
that's definitely a flex like for Instagram. See, Cumbres or I've
Yeah.
seen that shit.
That's
It's like
wild.
it's okay. So you spent $50 on cheese. Okay, man.
Yeah,
It's actually
exactly.
not that wild.
Really impressive.
I've seen flexes over dumber things.
For sure.
Of course.
For sure. And at
Let's
least
get
it's
a
like
Gucci
supporting
t-shirt.
local, but it's
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing that. I'm
Me
going to
neither.
buy like, I would
Yeah, I
never do that.
I go to
I'd have to be
Cumbres
pretty
once a
rich.
year. I go to Cumbres once a year, and that's because I fucking earned a steak.
Right.
Spent fucking $30 on and it's a good steak.
It's probably
Yeah, I
the
bet.
guy
Really
raises the
fucking
cows
steak.
at his
Man.
own house.
I don't know what. Yeah,
Upstairs,
I don't
yeah.
know what it is, but Cumbres fucking crushes it. Like that's where Quatrefoil gets their steaks from. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I still haven't eaten there. I'd like to go there one day.
And they're like
Muchos
dining
dineros.
on the fucking front lawn now.
But
just
they've always
saying
done
this.
that, haven't they? Always had that little side
No,
patio
it's
there.
COVID.
That's the side patio, but now they're legit on the front lawn. Like imagine paying $300 and just having like
So
set
you're
up
like-
on the
you're
front
just grazing.
lawn.
They,
Yeah.
they should give you a blanket and make it like legit,
Like a picnic.
the picnic experience.
I've,
Yeah,
eaten
they
there,
should
I've
do
eaten
that.
there
The PE.
once. I've eaten there once, and it was Lee and Kate, their wedding. So it's like my parents' best friend.
Oh
like,
yeah, I missed
whatever.
that. I missed that.
We go to that wedding. Yeah, and they got that's what their wedding gifts were. They got like fucking ton. They had probably like over $1,000, like $800 or something probably to Quatrefoil. I think probably
So
that's
they
what it
took
was.
4 people and they called
It
it.
took me, my mom, my dad, and Kenzie to
Mhm.
Quatrefoil with Lee and Kate, and then they spent all the money. I'm
All of
pretty
it,
sure.
yeah, of
all of it
course.
in one dinner.
Yeah.
But it was, man, it was unreal. Like you got all your courses, dessert, and then a couple beers.
Yeah. I
we
remember
talked about
going.
how that place
It was
has
like,
Michelin
$800.
star.
I think mine was like, it was me and my girlfriend. We went there. It was like, I think it was like $170 for 2 of us. It was fucked.
That's like once in a while.
Yeah, totally.
What's
Once,
too much?
Maybe in a lifetime you'll
Since
go.
this is
Yeah.
a finance and lifestyle podcast, what is too much for a 2-person dinner date?
$170.
70's too much?
I don't know. Okay, for like what in my position in life, that's too much.
Fuck yeah, that's like oh my
You have
God.
to just like, I have to make a lot more money to go there any more regularly.
That's like an odd or like a 5 or a 10-year anniversary. Like you don't go there on your
Yeah.
7th anniversary.
You don't just head over
Yeah,
there when
no.
you got a hangover.
No,
Oh,
imagine that. Well, I mean
yeah.
that would be cool. We'd
That
be
would be
crushing it
jokes.
if we're doing that.
Yeah, fucking right.
Fucking
This
crushing
podcast is going to take off.
That's
way
in the
more
that's in
than
the
now.
10-year plan.
The only thing missing from that is a coke habit. Just burn all the money. Fucking see you later.
Watch out for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to buy a house with you.
Fuck yeah.
What else you guys want to talk about?
I don't know if we buy a house. I'm just gonna do coke.
Do you want to talk?
We all are.
Do you want to talk about the house plan a bit?
We could, yeah, sure.
Hold
How
ourselves
long
account-
are we going?
hold
Because you got
ourselves
your
accountable?
review still.
Yeah. How long can you stay?
Just skip the review. It's pretty
We
boring.
can't do that. No, we gotta do the review. I'll do the review.
I got time. I got time.
What time is it? 5:16.
Yeah, we
What
got
time's what time's your DATE?
7:45.
You gonna tell her about the podcast?
No.
Doesn't want to flex too hard.
I
He
got
wants to get it on his own merit,
Would've
not
been-
on his
I want
celebrity.
to. If it works out, I want it to be like a year in until she's like attached. Then I can tell her about
Or
this
until she finds
tomfoolery.
it. She finds it beside this, like without you telling. her.
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
finds it some other way.
Organically.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
She's gonna tell you about it.
Because, oh, I heard you have a podcast. I heard this podcast too. White Seen Blue. This one guy, he's really funny. He sounds exactly like you.
yeah.
He's my favorite guy on the show. yeah. So
Okay, I'm doing the Apple review.
We're not doing the house thing. All right, cool.
We can do the house thing to finish if you want. That'll be Mike's note. Okay, so we didn't do stock review last week because Will was super hungover.
the cottage, to be fair.
Yeah. The also, by the way, I thought about your watermelon thing not helping your hangover.
Yeah.
Doesn't watermelon have a lot of like
Sugar.
natural sugar in it?
It's not a lot though.
Enough
it's like 95% water.
Enough that if
still.
you drank it all day,
maybe, I don't know.
I thought about that after.
You could definitely be right.
Theories.
Okay, let's talk a bit about Apple. Apple closed today. Let me pull it up. I just pulled it up here. That was good, Mike. You spilled that on your shirt.
Boy.
Mike, I'll take another crispy boy if you're at the fridge, please. Yeah,
Nah.
Will's not drinking. Close today, $383.68 US.
It's fucking beast.
$383.68.
Oh wait, can I say something before you go?
It's your podcast.
I would also like to say something.
No, I exited my first position on the stomp.
Exited your position.
I exited
In real
2 of
life?
them. No, in fake life.
Are you doing self-directed in real life yet or no?
No.
Oh, not
It's
yet.
getting there. It's getting there.
Oh, you will be
I'm
soon.
making it up. Once I get, I'm gonna probably put that as soon as I have enough. I'm gonna buy an Amazon.
That's
stock, I
awesome.
think.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Close. It's like fucking. I'm like, I don't know. Well, $400 up, but who knows? It's on the upward trajectory.
It's on the come up.
I exited Ford and I exited Nike because they were all constantly down. So I just took a loss on them,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
bought Tesla.
Yeah?
Yeah, I bought Tesla.
Oh,
You're
that's cool
chasing the
move.
dragon?
Yeah.
Tesla.
eh?
Well, I got
Hell yeah.
I got a lot of solids that are just constantly on the up.
Yeah.
And I'm up like $3,000.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna sell these. 'cause
What's
they're
the check the list right now?
Yeah, so it felt good. I was like, I did it at work, and I was like, yeah, I fucking officially exited a position. Yeah, I'm up fucking
At a
30. I'm
loss,
almost up
but-
$4,000.
Who's winning?
I think
Joey is.
Joey is. I think. Well, we'll see. Maybe it could be me.
I think it's me, boys.
Yeah, you think?
My Phillips
I'm leading. Oh no, it's the year. Fuck.
my Phillips 66 is holding me back.
You really dropped the ball.
You're up
there.
17%. I'm up 14%, and Will, you're up 6.6. You're almost 18. You're at 17.7. I'm 14.1. You're 6.6. Will's gonna be the late game just crusher though.
Well, we'll see. I might exit Phillips 66, but I don't want to exit at a loss yet.
I like the Ford thing. It didn't do anything for me. I lost like fuck all.
It didn't
I lost,
even
like,
let it get to the point where you thought like what your reasoning for
like
buying
your
it.
thesis. Your thesis was pretty bad, but
Yeah,
you
of
didn't.
course.
But you didn't even let it get to the point where it could flush out. Like
Yeah,
they
it
don't
was
buy
fine.
cop cars the week after they burn.
No, but
They
it's
buy
fine.
them like
It's fine.
down the road.
It's fine. I didn't like it. I didn't like it anyway. It was just kind of like a whim. I was like,
That's how you
fuck
learn.
it.
That's how you learn.
I had another. I don't know if I saw this online or something, but it was saying like a lot of more people are going to be moving out of cities and needing to buy cars
Ding, ding,
because
ding,
no
ding,
one
ding,
wants
ding, ding,
to
ding.
live in like the high density area where.
And then what do you think those people are? Those people are wealthy and they're probably going to buy electric cars.
They're going to be buying commuter cars. You're right. I think you're right
Tesla's
about that.
kind of on the up. Like
I
Tesla's,
honestly-
everybody wants a Tesla now. It's a status thing in itself.
I think that is like
But,
it's not fleshed out, but that's a good investment thesis right there.
Yeah, but to be fair, a rising tide raises all ships. So like, it's not like everyone is going to go and buy a Tesla. It's like,
You're fucking
That's
hilarious.
true.
You always
Half people-
have these little fucking sayings.
oh, that's a fucking big one. in
Oh, the
community.
Rolling Stones, the one who never get. What is it?
A Rolling
Gathers
Stone
no
gains
moss.
no moss.
Gathers
There's
Yeah.
no
moss,
moss. Yeah,
I like that one too. Yeah.
What is it? The rising shot. The rising tide.
Tide raises all ships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or boats. So I can't remember what they say. In there.
Ship sounds better.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
rising tide
are you
raises
gonna
all
explain it?
ships.
Explain
We
this.
can use this as the headline or soundbite. Rising tide raises all ships. You explain
rising
it.
tide
Yeah.
raises all ships. Well, like we were saying, like if everyone just
Keep it under a minute for the bite.
Okay, so if everyone, so a rising tide raises all ships, right? So let's say every single person had to move out of the city, or half the people moved out of the city to the suburbs. Now all of a sudden, that's like hundreds of thousands of cars that need to be bought. Everyone's not going to buy a Tesla. Someone's going to buy a Tesla. Someone's going to buy a Ford. A majority of people might buy Teslas, but the wealth is going to be spread around every car company. So all that new market is going to raise every single car company. Just
Right.
maybe not equally, but it's still going to raise every car company.
So okay, yes, but like I just think like the way you described it was like people want to move out of whatever. Like so, Toronto, for example, they want to move
Urban
out of the
centers.
They
They
want to
wanna
move out of the
urban
fucking cell
centers.
block. They
Yeah.
want to move out of
Yeah.
the cell block. And those people, they're
The cell block, I
If
like
you're
it.
living in fucking Toronto, you're probably crushing it. Like let's be
No.
real. There's a couple of fakers in there, but like you need to have a lot of money. Like in the center,
But I think there's a lot of young professionals. Like the girl that stopped by my house the other day, she lived in downtown Toronto, and then she moved away and had to buy a car, and it wasn't a Tesla.
okay, fair. Like it's not going to be all. Like I'm just saying a lot because and a lot of people. Well, yeah, like, a lot of people are going to be buying fucking BMWs and Mercedes, and of course. But I think a lot of people now, especially the way things are going, this is just obviously speculation. But a lot of people are going to buy electric cars, and Tesla seems to be solidifying itself in the market as the electric car.
Why don't you do Tesla for next week? Because
I will do Tesla.
You
Yeah,
should
you
do
should.
it. You should do it.
Fine, I'll
Because
do Tesla
I'd
next
be
week.
curious. No, keep talking now. I don't want to
That's
cut you
what
off.
I think it. That's what I think it is. People like Tesla seems to be the electric car.
Yeah,
Right.
man, I bought I think 8 months ago, I bought a different electric car stock. It's actually electric powered city buses.
Well,
That's what they
the
sell.
Chevy Volt.
No. They
A
sell
city bus.
city buses. They're based in Vancouver, I believe, and they make and sell
That's a good idea.
public city buses. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like
That's a great idea.
cities are going to start like getting like subsidies for those shit and stuff.
Negative pollution.
And I bought it at like 50 cents. It was like super cheap stock. It was like the last penny stock that I bought. And it started to like drift down. It's like down. It was like down to like 35, 33
How much
cents.
did you buy? A lot?
Like probably $500 worth.
So 100 shares.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever. It's like, I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to write it off. If it goes to zero, like,
Fuck it.
I guess. Like I'm just in it. And all of a sudden I'm looking at my portfolio like 3 days ago. It's at like 95 cents.
What?
It like,
You don't
it
want
like,
to sell it?
it just like doubled like some, and like in the last like,
don't sell it.
but it was down like, it was down like probably like 60%, maybe even more. And I didn't even look at it. And then like the last month, it was like on a crazy rip. And then now it's like just ripping higher. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to sell. I was thinking about buying more, to be honest.
Yeah.
You should. What is that ticker?
GPV.
I might do that too. The thing about
Holy
Tesla,
fuck, that's crazy.
the bull case for Tesla is like on the technical side, if you look at the chart, probably really only broke out a day ago, 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this is generally where you get a bit of a pullback, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it go higher than this.
I could see that.
Tesla?
Yeah. A
That's
little
gonna
bit, but
go
I don't think I would buy Tesla now to hold for the rest of my life.
No,
personally.
me
I
neither.
think, I agree with
But
that. I think
it'd
Tesla's
be a
like,
nice like 2 month
right
or
now,
1
like,
month
yeah, so
or
you got,
something
but like
like
I think
that.
you got like a nice 10-year window, I would say.
You think that long?
Yeah, well, because he's going to do other shit. He's not like Tesla. Would you say Elon Musk? I guess you'd be investing in him, or no? He's got other ones like SpaceX.
People. This is a cult of Elon for sure.
Oh fuck
sure.
yeah!
Oh, yeah,
But it's like is SpaceX in the same as Tesla?
No,
Or it's like,
Tesla
hey,
doesn't own SpaceX.
Right.
A buddy of mine messaged me on Instagram. A guy I went to university with. He used to actually play safety beside me on a touch football team. Very good guy. And he's like, he's talking to me about
I
the
was questioning
podcast or
how
whatever.
good of a guy he was.
And he says to me, he goes, "What do I do if like how would I buy like a Tesla stonk if I wanted one?" And I was like, "This is great, man. People listen to the show and they're like, fuck, I want to start doing some investing. I want to start doing
It is
some
cool.
Man,
It's got me balls deep in it.
The thing I think you're realizing now for the first time is that more people are in your shoes than you realize who want to invest and just don't, but they don't have the nuts to ask the questions. And so instead, they just sit there and gather moss.
Right?
Yeah, they gather
just
moss.
gather moss.
I'm doing it on a public platform.
Can't have
Yeah.
that.
Just
Can't be doing
volunteering to make
nothing.
myself look like an idiot in front of like I don't know.
You
100
gotta
people.
learn. You gotta learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
You gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the plan.
huge.
That was the whole point of me wanting to do this. I'm like, well, I want to do a podcast anyway. I might as well be the dumb guy on a smart guy podcast and just ask questions and learn. So it's like a double-edged sword.
It's great.
Yeah.
Other bull case for Tesla is Tesla now basically like Band-Aids and jacuzzis. Like the brand is synonymous with the product,
Yeah.
Oh god.
which is nuts.
Fuck yeah, it is.
It's been like what 5 years?
So
7
they
years?
actually sell jacuzzis?
No, jacuzzi is like a brand name.
I think Tesla
They're hot
branded
tubs.
jacuzzis.
No.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like when people say jacuzzi, it's like saying Band-Aid. Like it's
Or
like
like Kleenex.
Yeah,
like
Kleenex,
Yeah, okay.
Q-tip,
Yeah.
Right.
all that stuff.
What is a Q-tip called?
Cotton swab?
or cotton. And a swab is just the thing that you pulled out of the aspirin jar, right? Is that what that is?
I think it is a cotton swab. That's
I
what you
don't
do
know.
a swab with.
Yeah.
Cotton swab.
True.
But Tesla is like electric car is like a Tesla.
You have to look at the
you know.
epitomology.
Yeah,
of
I would
brand
say
swab.
so. Or it's a Chevy Volt.
The Chevy Volt.
That really
the
fires
Toyota
me.
Prius.
The Prius was
but
the
the
original.
Prius is kind of its own thing. It's
Man,
like
they rip.
Prius crush. I would fuck with the Prius. They're a fucking ugly car, but
So
they are
ugly.
practical as hell.
Yeah, fuck
People
care-
fuck with them, man.
They also came out like 25 years ago.
Fuck yeah.
Long time. You're in the same boat I was with the Volkswagen. Sick car. But how much do you wish you had a Civic? I wish every day I had a Civic for the last 10 years.
I don't know. I don't like. I mean, fuck it. It's. Yeah, sure. I'd be saving money, but I really like that fucking car. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, sure. 'Cause
I'd probably
you're,
get it again.
You're a single guy cruising the town.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Yeah,
I like it a
exactly.
lot. It's fun to drive. It's not like it's sure. I got to spend money on premium gas, but it kind of evens out.
True.
It's fun.
Like what you guys spend on a tank of premium, I spend double on a tank of 91, but it lasts longer.
Why did you get out of Nike?
I don't know. It just was
Sick
never.
of it being red, eh?
I'm in Nike.
It was always red, and it never did anything for me. It was only negatives. I'm like, okay, fuck this. I don't like it. I just didn't, and I didn't see any future in it. I didn't see any horizon. I didn't see any big, it's one of those blue chip stocks that sure it'll be baseline, but it's not going to do anything for me what I bought it at. And I just
But you
didn't
can't
like that.
you can't be looking at the history and thinking that that's what it's going to be in the future, though.
Fair.
You have to
but-
be like, why I bought it in the first place. I believe in like this and this and this, and you got to let it play out
fair, but I just didn't see anything happening. Like I look at Nike. The best thing that could happen to Nike is a new ultra athlete coming in. That would be the best thing.
They get all athletes.
Sure, but like I just didn't see anything. Like I don't know. Like the only like you got like they depend on a prospect athlete, which I don't fuck it. Like whatever. That's just like a diamond.
I think Nike.
Rough,
I think Nike is
a needle in a haystack. Sorry,
is like yellow chip basically.
What does that mean?
Like or
blue
like
chip's like the
green.
best.
It's green chip. It's a mix between yellow and blue.
Help
or
me
red
out.
and blue.
I don't know the color code.
I don't know.
I've never heard of a yellow chip either.
Yeah, I made it up. It's right before a blue chip.
Sounds like a medium.
I bought Nike.
Looking at a stop.
I bought Nike in March when everything fell off a cliff because I didn't.
It's a safe investment.
Well, I wanted to put money in somewhere, and I didn't have money for like Amazon or fucking Google.
Yeah,
or
it was like
Facebook,
$190.
You know what I mean? I wanted
a pop or something.
Nike.
Yeah.
I got Nike. I don't know if I got it at this price. I probably got it around the $70 range, but it's $100 now.
Oh, it's 100. I thought it was more.
And so, like, you know, that wouldn't have been a bad buy. I'm not saying I'm going to stay in it forever, but it was a good place to park some money and make it.
For sure, and they have dividends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a.
And the other reason is too, I sold Ford. I didn't have enough to buy a Tesla stock, so I sold my Nike stocks. And
That's
just
the
bought a
thing.
Tesla stock.
If you have a better idea of where your money's going to work harder for you, then for sure.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like,
conviction matters.
that was the
man.
number one thing. But yeah, so I don't know. We're getting there.
My Spotify conviction still reigns supreme.
Hey, Spotify's crushing it. So yeah, go ahead on
It's
your
fucking
Apple. I bought Apple. I fuck with.
Okay, Apple stock. Okay, I wrote down a bunch of shit here, but I'm gonna try and work through this a little bit at a time. There's a guy named Ben Thompson who runs a podcast and like a website called Stratechery. And I've listened to this guy a bunch of times on a bunch of different platforms, on investing platforms, social media stuff. He's got this term that I really like, and it's about computers and phones. And he says that we wasted the term personal computer on the desktop, and the phone should have been the first personal computer by name. And one of the reasons he says this is because the desktop is better described as a destination device. It's somewhere you go to complete a task you cannot complete somewhere else.
Yeah,
it's really what it boils down to. He says that
perfect name.
Yeah, he says that Apple did such a good job, and the reason they've been so successful while other phone companies have kind of struggled to stay relevant as far as devices, right? Like Android is an operating system, but Android has only had maybe 2 or 3 dominant devices, and really it's only been for the last 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years, where you would go with like Samsung, Google, and
Google's Android.
Pixel is an Android phone. So you got like Samsung, Google, and whatever else, right?
Oh, that's just what the operating
the ecosystem.
Android's its own
exactly
system. Yeah, but it's its own company too, right?
No,
like,
Google owns Android.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or Google open sources Android, so you can use it on your own. You can fork it. It's called. You can come up with your own operating system using that platform. But regardless, he says that basically one of the things that Apple did really well was make the destination computer, the desktop, part of a ecosystem that is efficient down to the phone. No other ecosystem does that right now. Windows is probably the stickiest ecosystem worldwide. They couldn't figure out the mobile device. They folded up that operation.
Well, it was too late. They were too late to the party.
Android doesn't have a computer. Google's trying with the Chrome.
Phone would be garbage.
Google is trying with the Chromebook right now to come up with like a laptop device that makes sense with the phone. It's not catching on. It's just not.
It's just well, everybody. It's one or two. It's Apple or Android. That's that. Nobody even wants to venture out. Like
nothing
even
else.
Like the Huawei, or people are like on the fence because they got.
That's Android.
But, but it's Android or Apple.
But even like but even before like you have an iPhone, like people were ripping iTunes because what else would you have?
That's right.
You know,
and the thing is like
it was easy. That was the thing. iTunes basically followed. The incredible thing is that iTunes basically followed like Winamp. Like you basically went from Winamp right to something as quality as iTunes.
Yeah.
It's like all your songs there. It shows your connected devices. There's no navigating my computer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Dude, remember how successful BlackBerry was?
Oh, fuck.
See you later.
Yeah.
Android gone. It's just erased. Like Apple and Android. Apple and Android deleted.
Didn't even write it down.
And operate. See ya. No, you're dwarfed. You're gone.
And talk about like BlackBerry had first mover advantage.
Pluto of the phone system.
BlackBerry had first mover on tech, on hardware, on ecosystem, corporate clients,
and popularity.
They threw it away.
Trendy.
I had a BlackBerry when like other people were ripping like their first iPhones and like the second iPhones and shit. I remember I could fit 30 songs on my BlackBerry.
Yeah,
and
it was like 500
fucking
megabytes
nightmare.
of storage.
Yeah, he was like, you're just rotating it constantly.
Yeah.
That fucking sucked, man.
So these guys. So that's the first point. Okay, Apple's the ecosystem that's been able to do this the best.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna read you some numbers here that I think speak volumes about the price of Apple.
What's it's not 50-50 down the middle like the popularity of Apple versus Android. It's got to be in Apple's favor. It has to be.
Big time.
Probably a bit. I think as a developer,
I would say
phones,
like 70-30.
I
think it is.
Like
like
it's got to be bad.
I could probably check.
I would say more people have Apple.
Well, they're talking about the antitrust issues. You have that on there about the Apple App Store.
Nah, I don't care about it. I have a comment on that, but I didn't go into it at all.
But that's what I mean. So it's like it's big enough that people are like, the App Store. It's like it's too big. It's like monopolizing the industry.
Yeah, that's life, man. What can you say?
And it's not like, I mean, yeah, it's their fault, but like they own everything.
I equate this to like Yelp. Okay, do you remember when Yelp tried to take Google to court over antitrust?
No,
this was years ago.
that was Apple and Android.
This for me, I think falls flat. And we talked about antitrust a few weeks ago with Amazon, and I've given it some thoughts since then on some other stuff, and kind of tried to frame a few of these things I've been thinking about through the antitrust lens. To me, Yelp's problem is not that Google is stopping people from using Yelp. Yelp's problem is that no one is using Google to search for Yelp.
Right.
That's a marketing problem.
It's
not a Google problem.
Right.
The same way this is not an Apple problem.
Yep.
It's a marketing problem.
Yep, for sure.
If they're not using your store to search for something, that's your fault.
For sure.
Right?
You can still find Yelp on Google.
You're damn right. But no one does because no one cares about Yelp.
They type
just
review.
Care about reviews or shoes or clothes or whatever. It's a marketing problem.
Is Yelp a search engine?
It was a restaurant review platform.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but you just have Google reviews.
Oh,
when you type in a restaurant,
I thought it was like a Bing or something like that.
No.
Fuck, Bing is like if you use Internet Explorer still.
Oh yeah.
It is Microsoft's answer to Google. Yeah.
Answer. Sick answer.
Yeah. Not really that great. That kind of
1 + 1 is 4.
That answer will land you in locally developed. So
nice. Respect.
Apple in the last 6 months, okay, even with that big dip in March, 23%. Okay, 1 year. You know how much Apple's up over the year? Not year to date, just over the last 365 days.
Yep.
How much?
Over 100%. I'll say 120%.
How much Apple's up?
Yeah, by percentage.
Over the last year?
1 year.
Sorry, I was fucking distracted.
365 days from now, going
last
backwards.
year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 100 what do you say, 120?
Yeah.
Yeah, 121, Bob.
89 is the answer,
Damn
Bob.
it.
Really? Oh, because my portfolio, my Apple stock is up 125%.
Yeah, so you probably bought it more than a year ago.
Or was there a dip that was lower than that?
In March, there's a huge dip. That was the problem.
Before then.
So if we go,
it must have been over a year.
What's an Apple stock right now? $1,400?
No,
383.
Oh, it's low. Yeah. Well,
low-ish. Low from what I think it's going to be. Do you know what Apple's PE is? So that's price to earnings. Generally, if a stock has a high price to earnings,
that's how much they spend versus how much they make.
Well, not even that. Like, absent of any other metric, high price to earnings generally says a stock is overvalued on the market.
Or it's a growth stock.
Yeah, it's like a lagging indicator of growth.
Like Amazon's PE was up 70 or something.
Yeah.
But like GE, their PE is like 5
because it's old.
It's mature.
Old, it's mature.
Yeah, right.
They know their earnings. Like,
but
they make a lot of money.
Hit that supernova.
Yeah,
explode into nothing. Black hole. Stock.
Apple's PE is 30.
Okay,
which is
higher than I expected.
Is that pretty good? That's good.
It's depends how you view good. It's fucking high for a stock that's got this much footing.
Yeah, I think
basically
so
is the answer.
Don't you want high PE?
You do in some cases because it can be a lagging indicator of growth. Like if you jump on something that's high PE, low price, you're looking at a moonshot, maybe.
Also, if you already own the stock, you want the PE to go up because that means it's going up more than the earnings are growing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you want all those things. That's a high thing. I was going to do like a SWOT for this. I started with strengths, but then I thought this is ridiculous. I don't know why I'm even wasting my time on the weaknesses. I did write a few down, but the antitrust thing I already talked about. Strengths, okay? This Apple is running the greatest hype machine on earth.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really that far-fetched to say that as far as technology.
A really updated app?
The hype machine, which is a great app, but it's the greatest hype machine. Every year the iPhone comes out, is there a more anticipated hardware release than the iPhone?
Maybe PS5.
That's once every 10 years.
Yeah, that's right. But that's what it is, right? Like every year, yeah.
Sure.
So that's the only separating thing is a new gaming system. But it's like once it's such a different time frame.
I think Tim Apple.
And that's like the buildup of anticipation.
Tim Apple's probably okay with that. I'm pretty sure Tim Apple's okay with that.
Appleseed?
Tim cooked apples?
WWDC, the Worldwide Developer Conference, is another one where the guys who run apps and build stuff on that platform get together and look at their updates. They just had that. So WWDC pushed the price up like 6% one day. Yeah.
Maybe fucking John Deere, when they come up with a new green and yellow tractor, probably fucking hits it though. I think it's probably fucking slaps.
Send him out. Sure. Send out Mr. Deere, CEO of John Deere, in a black turtleneck, and just have him unveil it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have him throw a rock at it.
Buy this tractor.
Exactly.
He's like people in the factory suicide nets outside the John Deere factory.
We've talked about this before, but stuff like the iMessage bubbles.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable network effect on that stuff.
Dude, and the other thing too is like with Apple, it's like I'm like embarrassed. I'm sending a green message. I feel like that, like being single now. It's like fuck. I gotta get like it's kind of like you can use it to your advantage. Like I know I got a fucking Android. I get it. Let's get the jokes over with. Yeah. I can't receive pictures that fast. My emojis are shit.
Can we keep this on Instagram, please?
Can I even call them emojis or like get sued?
Android emojis. So all that stuff is pretty important.
Apple's fucking got it locked.
The other thing that I think people miss sometimes with Apple, they see it and they realize it, but I don't think they realize the importance and the magnitude of this thing. The Apple brand is everywhere.
Imagine being
the simplicity.
Dude, if you're in public school and you have a fucking Android phone, you're probably getting bullied.
I don't know about that.
I would say it's probably good to fair shot.
I don't know about that. I think if you get a flagship Android phone, you're probably fine. But
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
I don't think so. Be like, oh, look at this guy. He can't even fucking join a group chat with us.
The group chat's big. The group chat is big.
And you know how annoying it is having this fucking phone?
Little stuff like that, like the network
drives
effects.
Me nuts. You can't do a group chat. I talked to a guy in a group chat with two Apple kids. Apple kids.
Yeah.
And fucking
couple of Tim Apples.
it sends them both the same message.
I know.
And it comes up. I'm like, fuck this phone. I want to fire it out the window.
So, okay. This is another thing I do want to talk about, and I'll just bring it up now. Apple was one of the first companies, I think, that realized that media sharing was the next frontier for mobile. And so what they did was they geared everything towards sharing the highest quality media as easily as possible. They did it by focusing all their tech on the camera, starting with the iPhone 4. The iPhone has always taken the best pictures. Yep. Starting with the 4, probably all the way until the 10.
It's not even close.
You know what I mean?
It's not even close.
And so like maybe Huawei now takes better pictures at distance or in certain lights, or the Pixel does.
They're trying. They're trying.
The point is still that they're behind Apple.
They always will
on that front, right?
Apple.
Which is nuts.
How long ago was the iPhone 4?
iPhone 4 came out in 2011.
Over a decade ago?
11?
Okay, so
something like that.
So 9 years ago.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, man. So they have 9 years. A 9 year, like not 9 years. So call it like a 5 year head start.
They moved toward that early because you'll remember.
Yeah.
They realized how media sharing was going to play a vital role because you remember what else had cameras? iPod Touches, iPod Nanos.
Yeah, that was late. That was late in the iPod game,
but they all had those cameras, right? And so that was the thing that they realized was going to be a big deal. And stuff like the blue message bubbles adds to that shareability.
Yeah.
Right? It's all in the same ecosystem, all in the same vein of thought.
He really segregated and like crushed it.
So they did all that stuff, okay? The other thing about Apple that I think is also underappreciated, sometimes memed, but very rarely costs them anything in terms of reputation, certainly not anything in terms of stock price, is that price on Apple stuff is just a fucking number. No one cares what the price is. Let me give you an example, okay? This is gonna.
You're an example.
Are you going to get something? Oh, okay. This is gonna blow your fucking mind. Apple sells something called a 32-inch Pro display. Okay. It's a monitor, a 6K, whatever that means, monitor for the MacBook Pro or the Mac Pro. What do you think it costs to get that 32-inch monitor into your hands? US.
Is it like a MacBook?
It's a monitor, not a MacBook. It's for the Mac Pro, that like cheese grater tower thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What do you think that screen costs? 32-inch.
Cost who? Us?
The consumer. What's the price tag on the
$2,900 bucks.
$2,900 US.
32 inches?
Yeah. What do you got?
Fuck, it's a computer.
It's a screen, not a computer.
It's a monitor.
Just a monitor. Just a monitor.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You haven't guessed the price yet.
If it's $2,000, I'm gonna be absolutely
32 inches. Pro Display. It's called.
$2,000. If it's more than that, I'm gonna fucking.
It's
shit
$7,500 US.
Are you fucking kidding?
Okay.
And how many have they sold?
Now hold on.
How many have they?
Now hold on. It's seven.
What?
Well, hold on, Mike.
Oh, is it because it's 6K, not 4K?
Boys, I got more for you.
7,500.
If you want to mount this screen on your wall, okay?
the back rack.
How much does the mount cost? Now, mind you, a mount for a TV generally costs in the neighborhood of like $50, right? You can get a mount for $50.
Or what is this?
So how much does a mount cost?
Is it made out of fucking that shit that they get from the France volcanoes that put on your face?
Unless it's made out of graphene and gold, it shouldn't cost this
Plutonium.
much.
It better be mined off a meteorite.
So what do you think it costs? So you guys were off on the cost of the screen by like an order of
I'm gonna say
an order of
$2,000
magnitude.
I'm gonna say $2,000
away.
I'm gonna say 2,500 to make it an even 10.
Okay, no. Okay, if
for
it's
the mount.
I'm not like
US.
way off on the first one. I've got no problem going that high on this one.
I'm gonna say $500.
It's $250.
Okay, still.
Now, what if I just want to? What if I just want to buy the stand to put it on my desk? The stand for this screen, 32-inch screen,
At least $150.
Fine, $75.
$1,300.
What? For
Okay.
what? Like, is it a cabinet?
I almost want to pull it up and show you, but I'll wait till after the show.
Holy
And
fuck!
how many units have been sold? Like, how much?
Enough
that's
that they're still selling it. Like,
Yeah.
what else do you need to know? That's
It's
the end of the story,
monitor.
right?
It's like so. Like, and then is it? Let me guess. Is it like the iPhone 10 with no connection points? Like you have to buy.
There's no USB ports.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
It's
you.
just, like it's
I
just
don't know
like
what to tell you.
this, like just a flat, smooth
Probably.
surface. It can't even doesn't even turn on.
Looks good though. Yeah.
It's like sick. You look rich if you have this in your house because you probably are. Because it's a pointless screen.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it's a piece
I
of
don't know what
art.
to tell
It's
you.
just a blacked out mirror.
In terms of things that also just
Fucking
have no
stupid.
like price has no impact at all on what people are willing.
Well, because there's
to
no
do.
way that's not. What
I hate you if you have that. I'm going to say that here now. I hate you if you have it.
So that's what it costs. Okay, that's
So
a lot
it's
of
like
money.
in the neighborhood of $9,000.
The point is that all those prices made it to the public domain, and I didn't know about it till today.
Nobody even
you never heard
flinches.
about it. You never heard about it. $7,000, a 32-inch screen. You can buy a DVD player, Canadian Tire, and on Boxing Day they just give you a 32-inch screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just hand it to you.
Yo, you go to TD Canada Trust from RBC. You got a fucking 32-inch monitor.
That's it.
Yeah.
They
Just
just, give it to
just
you.
for joining
They got
us.
them sitting in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
We just have man. This is actually so jokes. I remember back in the day, and I wanted to talk about this. I don't know if I have on the show or not. Remember back in the day when DVD players came out?
Yeah. Fuck.
I remember my dad. I was sitting at my old house I was a child. I was like, but I just one of these memories I'll never forget. He goes, "Yeah, we'll probably never have a DVD player."
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't get rid of the fucking things. You got like
Exactly.
eight of them in the crawl space. Like
Yeah.
$800 when they came
You've just
out.
been accumulating them.
Like for now, we just have them. They're like DVDs. You see them fucking on the free sign.
I know.
Nobody fucking even wants them anymore.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you. This
That's
is
like the most like exited thing ever. They just get it, make the bunch of money, see it.
it's
Dip.
garbage
It's
now.
out of control.
But the
All
thing
this
is, like,
stuff.
throw it in the
you'll
ocean.
never see an Apple product at the side of the road for free, no matter how old.
Man,
it is.
how much do you think an
How old it
iPhone
is.
3 is worth on eBay?
I'll tell you right now. iPhone 3 is probably vintage though. You don't want.
Yeah,
you don't
see,
want
that's
that.
like
Yeah.
that's the dumbest
do like
shit
do
ever.
like
Yeah.
an iPhone 6.
No,
on
no,
eBay.
not an iPhone 6. Something stupid like an iPod Nano,
Yeah.
Oh,
like a
know,
next
who
gen
knows?
iPod Nano. Like they're still obsolete.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, those are so obsolete, but they're probably still $60.
I know.
Yeah, at
It's
least.
just
At
fucked.
least.
Yeah.
They're not going down. in
Like,
price.
they hold value so well. It's
Okay, so
insane.
that's what I got for that. The ecosystem is incredibly sticky. iPhones basically don't work with anything except for other iPhones and Macs. You can't send like when I was using my iPhone to take the video the first time, I couldn't get the fucking video off the phone to my Android.
Oh no,
Couldn't do it. It's impossible to do. You have to get another app and figure out how to send it
gotta
across
hack it.
Wi-Fi.
that's
It's
too big.
huge pain.
It's probably just cross-platform.
This is the other thing I was saying to you, Mike, about the media thing and the media sharing. Apple realizes this, and so they put all their money into stuff that you have to get other Mac products for or work with other Mac products for, whether it's iMessage
Mhm.
or group chats or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
you got to get a third-party app. You
These
got to
guys
get
do a good job.
WhatsApp or whatever to do that.
Yeah.
The only few positives or the only few negatives I have here before I get into the really killer positive, the real bull case for Apple, which I'm saving for last because it's a real fucking firecracker. Okay, the
Real
not
honk.
the not so sure list. The guy responsible for designing all this stuff left last year. Johnny Ive took off. He's gone now. He's the chancellor of the
Ivey?
Royal College of Arts in London.
Oh really?
Took another job.
What did he do? Sorry.
He designed everything you see here.
No, I know, but what's he doing now?
Oh, chancellor at the Royal College of Arts in London. Great job.
Okay.
So he's out. I don't know if this is a positive or negative, but I wrote this in the negatives. I would guess that Apple knew what this phone was going to look like when the iPhone 4 came out. They probably haven't truly innovated in more than a decade.
You think?
I think they had all these ideas a decade ago, and I think they're riding Moore's Law. Do you know what Moore's Law is?
No.
Technology is getting half as big and twice as fast every 5 years.
Yeah.
They're riding that.
Exponential.
They're riding that, and they're riding the design of the products.
But you don't think that they're doing that constantly? So you think that when we hit 10 years, that's going to be it? You don't think they're thinking 10 years ahead now?
I think the other negative for them is that the candy bar form factor on cell phones is at maturity. So I think they got to come up with a new item entirely, and they're not alone in that, but that's their big product is the phone.
Oh, absolutely.
And so they got to hit the next thing.
Saturated.
They got to hit the next thing out of the park because this piece of equipment is at its maturity now. You just cannot jam more usefulness.
What more can you get?
Well, this is the question.
Well, they came up with Apple Watch.
You know?
Yeah, well, then that's the different item.
Exactly.
Is that even like? Can you say that that's an innovation, or is it just Moore's Law? It's a smaller screen where it flashes some of your phone notifications.
Kind of,
but it's like
it's more convenient.
But it's another stream of revenue that works with this.
Is it enough to float 29 PE?
Yeah, no,
it's not. So I don't know if that's a problem.
Well, they're just like digging in their own crates.
I would imagine they're about to get into a scenario where they really have to do some soul searching about what's next on the electric
car.
They're going to go less hardware, more. They got to
compete. They got to compete with fucking.
Because they got Apple TV, right?
Elon Musk.
They tried.
Make a car.
They had patents for cars and shit.
Yeah.
And they scrapped the idea.
They go to space.
I think they had patents for batteries too.
Like I know Jeff Bezos, he's on a mission to go to space. He's doing that shit, as you know. Like he's playing the game. He knows what's up.
So you got that, and then I wrote at the end of the negatives. I actually don't think any of this really matters that much. I think Apple's this is.
But they're not going to go. It doesn't matter. They don't need to innovate. Like this is just what I'm saying right now. What I'm thinking. I don't think they need to innovate because I think what's going to happen is everybody needs a fucking phone now.
That's right.
There's they don't need to do anything.
Yes.
They just they have permanent access to everybody's pockets,
right?
Because they have the device everybody wants. They just keep coming up with a new, slightly better version. They'll be fine.
Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
But are they going to be increasing the price every year? Because like for the stock.
But is it about making money?
Yeah.
They could just maintain money now.
No, but that's right now the stock is priced because it's going to grow more. You know, like that's what the PE that's what the 30, high PE is, right?
Yeah.
So it's like based on like next year it's going to be like 15-20% more than it was this year. Then after that's going to be more. So
maybe they got something cooking.
So like that's what we're saying. Like you have to have something that's going to replace all the other growth.
What's in the pipeline?
Yeah,
what's in the pipeline?
Subway.
Because I think this was in the pipeline in 2010, and I don't think I can't imagine that they have this much differentiation between 2020 and 2030 in the pipeline already because the form factor is nearing maturity. There's not much more you can put into the candy bar cell phone. It's just not much more room. Yeah, but
like they obviously like the thing is like with innovations and how they work is like they see something a lot of people don't. Like you can't fathom what like you couldn't fathom a cell phone 20 years ago.
You're absolutely right.
So like they got to have something going on. That's what. So is PE like self-generated? Like, do you put it at a certain thing, or is it like
it's a reported figure
by
basically.
Who? By whom?
You look at their earnings and divide it by the number of shares outstanding.
So it's like an equation.
Yeah. So the money that they earn, like the profit that they have, divided by the number of shares you have.
Okay. Well, I don't really understand that because like to me it looks like a projected thing. Like how do you predict? Like it's just a prediction.
The projection is
a prediction.
The projection is the judgment you draw on the number that comes from hard data. So the 29 is from hard data. The projection is what you as an investor think. Like Will was saying earlier, at 29, either it's way overpriced or it's way undervalued. It's one or the other at that number. Mm. So you decide, right, as an investor, whether you think Apple is overpriced or you think it's about to grow again.
So like if like GE, like they have a very low PE ratio.
Yeah.
So like if GE stock costs you $10 and like let's say basically like a GE stock costs you $10 and they have a really low PE, that means they're probably making like $6, $7, $8 per share in profit. Right. So if they went bankrupt right now and liquidated the company, you wouldn't be left with zero. You'd be left with like $7 or $8 on your $10 instead of so like per share, right? But like with Amazon or like something with a super high PE, if they go bankrupt, liquidate all their shit, and you have a stock, you're only going to get like $100 or $200 out of your $2,400.
Right. Oh, true. So it's like safer to buy. Well, I mean, I guess safer to buy low PE.
That's why, because it's lower growth, right?
But it's also like high risk, high reward.
Exactly.
If you go higher PE, you can make more.
This
is projected to grow,
that's
right?
The whole story behind investing. It's,
okay.
You got to assess what you think the risk is, and make a decision. Now let me tell you why.
Yeah, I don't know what the
all these things considered. I personally don't have an Apple phone. I don't plan on buying an Apple phone. I have a Mac. We have a Mac in the back. All those things said, okay. Apple is a 100% buy, and it's going to grow. I bet you it's $1,000 in 2 years, and I'll tell you why. There's a thing called the value curve. Okay, The value curve is basically this smile curve. All right, on the x-axis is value, and on the y-axis is product development. So the value, if you think about a line graph, like a smile, okay, where at the beginning. You have
Amazon's fucking packaging.
No. You have exactly. You have R&D at the top.
At the
top of the smile curve, you have R&D and development. So like
R&D and development.
That's a lot of developing.
R&D and like initial product parts that you're the you own the IP on these things. Right? Mm-hmm. This is stuff that you can put into something that no one else can do, or you can do better than someone else.
So R&D and maybe patents?
Something like that.
Sure.
That would be good. And then in the lower half here, right, the bottom of the smile curve, where the value is the lowest, you have manufacturing and scale. That's easy to do as long as you have the capital. There's no real genius to doing manufacturing. You either have the money to do it, and you can figure that system out, or you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the top end of the curve at the other side, at the end, is the product branding and the ecosystem and the network effects. Apple has this here, okay? Network effect, better than anyone else, right? They have this here because of Foxconn and other places in China that they're using to manufacture. What they were missing was this, okay? The parts for their phones were coming from other places. And they still use, I think, a Samsung lens for their camera. But they just announced they're going to start building their own chips instead of having Intel do it. That's huge. Because this, once you do it, is scalable.
And everything is yours.
And it's all yours.
Well, that's the problem for even Tesla and shit, right? Like they had to invent technology to be able to come out with the car that they came out with. Right?
That's right.
So if you're limited by the technology, but Apple has a couple $100 billion in cash.
That's right.
They have money to do R&D. Yeah. So no, they're not only limited to what it's currently the technology is. They're going to be pushing the envelope.
And then this is the whole thing with the Tesla, the Ponzi scheme you guys are talking about. They're using the crowdfunding essentially to build cars to give out.
Exactly.
And then Apple has resources to fucking dive in and put and sink into R&D and innovations.
I would bet that all things considered, I know I talked about the maturity of the candy bar form factor. I bet you in 10 years, maybe less than that, because Moore's Law is accelerating, apparently. That's what everyone who's Moore's Law advocate says.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you in 5 or 10 years, they got a phone that is light years better than anything Android's got, unless Google starts doing the same thing.
You know what they might do is, this is just off the top of my head, they might just have their own fucking towers, fucking straight up Apple-only networks.
Why not?
You can't do anything to me now. I own everything. I own Wi-Fi. I own space.
The thing is, fuck it. The thing is, most of the time, R&D isn't really a profitable endeavor for these companies, because there's not something they're producing on the other end where they can capture that money back from consumers at a low enough cost that it doesn't really affect the ticket price. Or even though we said ticket doesn't matter for these guys. But if you're selling 100 million phones, you can get that money back pretty easily.
Yeah, man, I was just going to say, I would look at, if you're looking for, this is, like I said, I'm junior investor. This is, you can take my advice if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. But this is what I'm looking at. Apple's, I would agree, is 100% buy, not for growth. If you're just looking to buy a blue chip stock, they have a fail-safe. They're never going to go down.
Yeah.
They're cell phones. They're going to stay, like I said, you can just maintain at whatever it's worth, $400. You buy it at $400. You're never going to lose. You might go up, you might go down. It's just like mutual funds. You can just buy Apple. It's a safe investment. It's probably just going to slowly rise regardless.
Is Apple a good cash substitute? I'm always looking for good cash substitutes. Mm-hmm. Berkshire was a cash substitute for me for a bit.
So is that just dumping your money? Is that avoiding inflation?
Yeah, I don't want to sit in cash. I'd rather be in something that could hedge inflation.
Sure. Potentially I would say because they have the iPhone. The iPhone is the fucking safety net. They're never gonna. It's gonna be a popular And everyone wants an iPhone, regardless.
This chip thing for me is like it is the selling point for that stock.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, it was
Apple could also buy so many other companies.
Yeah, what do they have in cash? They got a few $100 billion. I don't know how much.
A couple $100 billion. I'm pretty sure. Maybe
that's
like
it?
160 billion. Maybe.
Imagine being one person and having
just
almost $200 billion.
Only Warren's got that, right? Warren and Charlie got, and they just made a big buy last week too.
Corporate, though.
Yeah,
they got in cash. That's what Warren Buffett's worth in cash.
No, the company is worth
in
that
liquid
much.
or equity or whatever.
They're in Berkshire Hathaway. Their company also has like $100 billion in cash or more.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Imagine
that's all they have.
How many Teslas?
How much fucking you couldn't spend that in life. You couldn't.
I mean, yeah, you could buy companies and shit.
You buy companies, but you can't buy like material. You can buy like 50 planes, and then what are you going to do with the other 900 million?
Did you listen to their Zoom call? They did a Zoom call for their investors. The investor relations call end of Q2.
They figured out Zoom. 90-year-olds.
It was Munger didn't even go. It was Buffett and some other guy, maybe one of their investor guys.
But they're new guys.
Yeah, I knew he's probably like 50 something.
But like the new guy who's going to take over
exactly in like less than 5 years.
Yeah.
And Buffett was saying he was like trying to put a little bit of a makeup on a pig. But he basically said, like, the Federal Reserve fucked us because in situations like this, we would negotiate favorable terms, buy an airline, buy an insurance company, buy an energy company. He's like, we couldn't because they printed money immediately.
Right.
And gave everybody $1 trillion and fucking we couldn't get anything.
There was no, exactly. Like what he used to do, like, find value in stocks that were beaten down, like that didn't deserve to be that beaten down. Yeah. It just didn't happen.
Sad state of affairs. You got a note?
Nope.
You should buy Apple even at this price, $280. That's not investment advice, but if you did it,
you say $280?
$280.
That's what it is right now. $280, at least 3 something.
I'll tell you.
Sorry, $380. $380. Yeah.
Yeah, $380. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely comfortable buying Apple again.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get shit.
No notes today.
No notes.
No notes. That's
I had one. It's on this app. It says it's fucking 340.
Maybe
339.7.
I wrote this in the afternoon, so unless it dropped,
a lot,
almost 10%.
I don't know how this fucking app works. I can't read it.
You might be in different currencies. You could be.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Can't interpret.
That's it. Okay, we're done. Is that it?
I think so.
Finished.
Yeah, cool.
Good night and God bless.
Peace.